We could edit whatever we wanted. That's the power of that.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to The Keep. We are super excited. We're going to start off with a big announcement. Yay! Wes and Jay, right? Because y'all have been...
Yes.
We're doing a thing, guys. Or actually, we did a thing. Or really, y'all did a thing.
So we've been...
so this is your fault. You did this.
So we've been trying for last 6 weeks.
Go to your corner, go to your bad box, and think about what you did.
It's a good thing, Garrett.
Yeah, it's a good thing, Garrett.
Oh, well, my bad.
Need to get the little squirt bottle for Garrett.
Y'all didn't give me the memo. Shit.
So we've been trying to get to 50 followers, and we finally got there. Woo! So we are giving away, or I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to be in relation to Wesley.
Of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. I was looking through it earlier. You can turn into a sperm whale because it's an option in this. There's also a bunch of other crazy beasts. This thing's awesome. I like it.
So
walrus with the action body flop.
We went through
a whale though.
We went through our followers
That's
and grabbed everybody who's in the U.S. who qualifies because unfortunately we have to do it in the U.S. because giveaway laws. You can't just give away things to anyone. So
that would be chaos.
We have our trusty things here.
Trusty dice tray full of papers.
Yes, and dice. So
the winner is the D20. Woo!
So our winner is. I am going to butcher the tar out of this.
Learn how to read.
Hangleford?
Hangleford. All right then.
Hengleford. Hangleford.
Congratulations.
So congratulations, Hangleford. We will reach out to you to get your information. I hope you're watching this particular episode. Guys, thank you so much. This really means a lot to us. We're really glad to have everybody following us. There's going to be some great changes coming our way here over the next couple months. We're super excited. Thank you so much. All the loves.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll definitely blast it on social media to get the word out as much as we can and make this person absolutely aware. It is very exciting. So thank y'all so much. Please continue to share the links, spread the love, let your friends and family know that, I think we're pretty cool and they should definitely come watch us.
That was such an endorsement, Lauren. I can't even.
Right.
Thank you so much. We are super excited. Yay, this is going to be a good week. I can already tell. So we are also
the world not die.
We're also, promoting and sort of cross-partnering with another Texas-based group of streamers, Dinner and a Game. They are awesome people and have some really cool streams going. They've got a Strahd campaign playing through Curse of Strahd and Eberron, and they have a Firefly game if you like the Shinyverse. And that one's on Fridays on their Twitch channel, and I am partial to that one because I am a cast member, and we just finished season 1. We didn't get canceled yet, so yay. so we've got to do a movie. We've got to make it through the movie, and then we will see what happens. Then I need to not die because I'm the pilot.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully I survive. But things are really amping up, and it's been a lot of fun, so you should definitely check them out, too. Awesome people, and really, really fun to play with.
It's intense.
It is, and I love it so much. I have learned so much from Ray as a DM about how to handle the tension in the game. And I am nowhere near
thrilled by this news.
But it is so exciting about just amping things up, and it's really good. It is so good, and I love it. So yay. Y'all also. Oh, right. Take this.
Yeah.
So we are also partnering with Take This, which is an organization devoted to decreasing the stigma of mental health issues in the gaming community and just increasing awareness and providing support and different things to help with that in our community. It is for gamers in particular of all shapes, colors, and sizes. They have some really awesome tools, and if you can, go ahead and donate to them. They're an awesome organization doing some much needed work. If you can't donate because it's 2020 and we're getting into the holiday season of 2020, and believe me guys, I know things can be tight. So if you can't donate, if that's not something you can do, spread the word, share the love, let people know that there's this awesome organization doing these really great things. So yay. We have a full house today, guys. Everybody's
know.
So excited!
Cheers.
excited.
I'm also terrified because now you can actually TPK us.
I mean,
House is the
I could. It is an
House is
option.
the big bad.
It's not like I've dropped assassins just out of the sky in this city on you before or anything, right?
Yeah.
Nope, never.
I didn't experience that.
No, you're the only one of us to actually die. Well, that's not true. I did.
I was
but
going to say.
I did.
No, that is not true because Celiax has.
Yeah.
This is Jay's second character, so he definitely has.
That was pre-show.
Yeah,
That was
just die on
pre-stream.
stream.
Yeah.
Speaking of, if y'all didn't catch up on the things that we were doing pre-stream, if you're curious about any of that, we do have that on our website, I believe. We have a website. If you haven't checked it out, check it out.
Somebody should get on that.
We'll make sure it's updated so that y'all can see, get little recaps of what we have done before
not
leading
yell at
up to
Jordan.
all of this.
And
Okay.
Jordan anyway.
I can take it.
Are we ready to go ahead and jump into this?
No, but let's do it anyway.
Let's do it anyway. I'm excited. I'm so nervous, but I'm excited.
The GM is nervous. This is not going to end well for us, y'all.
I'm
Oh,
excited.
the DM is nervous before every session. I mean, really, come on. When am I not frantic and frazzled leading up to this?
I mean, that's fair.
It's life.
It's true.
Yeah, let's
It's
go.
All right,
That's
let's
part
do
of the
this.
DM life. All right. So, last we left our heroes, the 11th hour, the group of y'all, all of you, had been led in search of a journal to the lair of a creature known as the Underlord. You had figured out he was a beholder, this arcane aberration. You made it into his lair through some interesting choices, made it to the hard road leading to his actual internal lair to meet with him to accomplish your goal. You were joined mid-adventure by Miss Rye Excellence, and after a little hiccup, made it back to a conversational point with the people who lived here under the Underlord's protection. Through some tense negotiations, they agreed to lead you, as long as Celiax was blindfolded, through their land to the Underlord's domain, the sort of heart of this location. You traveled through the city, and it was much larger and more advanced and much more highly populated than you had originally anticipated. You encountered military personnel wearing a particular armor with a bluish silvery sheen to it that caught our dwarf's eye. It's
They
a
got bling.
much loved dwarven resource known as
All the
mithril.
bling.
In the Underlord's lair, you attempted to negotiate not only to retrieve the journal, but to free Kazator from the Underlord's dominion. With Rye's assistance, you came to an agreement, ultimately in the end, with Kazator pledging to serve the Underlord for a period of time. You did manage to gain the journals Val left the Chaos Blade, a remnant of his father and the relationship that his father had with the deity known as the Traveler, which the Underlord was much interested in. We'll see if anything comes of that. Who knows?
Can't
Okay,
wait.
now that we're safely away, he can just Axial Chaos Blade and just like, we're good. We'll run.
Something like that. You traveled back to Whitebrand to check in with Kazator's
Also, the
master.
dwarf got some bling.
The dwarf did get some bling. You got three ingots of that mithril
Nugents?
metal. Exactly. That's exactly how you say it. To work with and to do something with. Who knows what you've decided on? We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
I'm very thrilled.
So you head to Whitebrand to speak to Lanith, the High Priestess at the Temple of Ioun, about the mission that Kazator had accepted from Master Corian.
Which bastard?
Master Corian, come on. You encountered as you stepped out of this teleportation circle, you encountered a little kerfluffle. An elven male, a young adult elven male, was trying, it seems, to get some information, and the priests and individuals at the Temple of Ioun were not quite as accommodating as he wanted, and he was quite upset. You got his attention. Somehow you're not quite sure what happened, but something pinged his awareness, and he spun around, and his eyes lighted on Rye, and he was like, "You!" And he started stalking over to your group, and we are going to pick up in that moment. So, everybody, you see this young adult elven male, dark hair, pale skin, dressed in dark clothing and leathers, and not really garbed up for the very, very hot environment you have emerged into. You see a number of pouches of various supplies, a pack over his shoulder, a sword at his waist, this armor that he wears. He is obviously a experienced adventurer. You can see a little bit of the wear and tear on his gear and his garb. He is stalking over towards Rye. Rye, you see Oust heading right for you.
Yep.
Go ahead and make an insight check for me.
Does homeboy seem aggressive?
Parting and leaving Rye.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with this roll. That's a good place to start. 23.
23. Excellent. So as Oust is stalking towards you, and yes, he is quite aggressive in his marching forward, you see his eyes sort of scanning over you, catching on the wear and tear of your garb, especially the recent damages from your encounter with the Umbra Hulks, before he there's a brief hiccup almost in his motion as his eyes sort of alight on that, and then he just resumes marching forward even faster and more deliberately right towards you.
I'm hustling, and I'll respond and be like, "Me? You? What are you doing here? I mean, did we receive new assignments?"
You know him.
I'm ignoring all of this.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to get to Oust.
He stalks forward and stops within arm's reach of you and just continues to glare at you. It's like, you know exactly why I'm here. You are reckless. You obviously have proven incapable of taking care of yourself. You're coming home.
What? I'm sorry. What are we talking about? I should let you know. I've had quite a rough day. Just talking. I've done a lot of talking. So maybe I'm not sure what you're talking about, darling.
he takes his water skin off of his pouch. He passes it to you, and he says, "Cut the crap. You know exactly what alerted me. You're coming home with me." And he passes you the water skin in one hand, and then reaches out to sort of sidestep and tuck his arm around you and try to start guiding you home.
I will start walking with him. I don't understand. Last I heard, I was supposed to stay here. Did you receive a new assignment?
Them.
Yeah.
Walking is just like, yeah, sure, and just step for step, just walking behind them, letting them talk, have their little conversation, but she's not leaving with him because she's not acting normal.
Yeah, this is weird.
Your assignment is irrelevant. Obviously, we need to reassign some things. We can speak with the council when we get home. We'll get you taken care of. Let's go.
Bro, they have a camp.
Darling, when did we switch roles? I'm usually the one saying, "Oh, let's just ignore what the council tells," and you're all like, "Right, no, we have to do what the council says." When did we switch roles? I mean, I'm very concerned about this. Are you feeling well?
He looks at you. How close is everybody following?
Well, like 5 feet behind.
Yeah.
I mean, I was ready to stand in between him and her because I thought he was about to attack her.
She moved forward for him, so we're hanging back.
Okay.
we're right
He sort of lowers his breath, and he meets your gaze, and you see just fury burning in his eyes, and he says, "We switched when you died. Cut the crap. Let's go."
Oh, fudge!
I'm gonna dimension door. I'm taking him with me, but I'm dimension dooring.
Okay.
do that.
He is definitely willing to stay with you. So where are you going?
Kids don't do the thing.
Kids don't get
Kids don't do the thing.
As far as I can, in
Words in
an
his
alleyway in the direction towards where the actual library in Whitebrand is.
Okay. Yeah, so you can definitely get a pretty good distance towards there. It's still going to be a little bit of a walk. Just to...
No, I'm dimension dooring to a alleyway, and we're just gonna go into the alleyway.
Okay, sure thing. So you appear in the shade of this alley between these two houses. Everybody else sees Rye perform these sigils, or these arcane movements and the components for the spell. And she bamfs out of there, taking Oust with her, and you are left in the Temple of Ayun.
I have a question.
We will go ahead and get to Rye and Oust here in just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all doing?
Locate creature.
Okay. You
Trap is going
you get a ping
on.
on their location. Well within the 1,000-foot range. This is still in Whitebrand.
And I'm just gonna point that direction and say, if we want to follow
We-
her,
We
that way.
Let's do it.
I mean,
we do that.
I would recognize the dimension door spell, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Question, because
Yeah, if only you had a trick that could counter those things.
I'm not gonna counter Rye.
It's like he's my arcane BFF.
That's right.
I would have known. I would have recognized this teleportation or dimension door spell, right?
Yeah, you've seen Kazator use it. You had seen Cora use it way back when. Although it's been some months since that point.
So I would have seen her doing this and saying "flip deuces," see y'all. Right?
You know
Oh.
she's within 500 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have hunters marked house.
Okay.
She's got her disguise back on, right?
yeah.
Maybe.
I figured.
Yeah, she
I figured,
Yeah.
but I thought it was a good thing to ask.
hmm
It's been a hot minute since we left this moment.
we know where they're at.
Yep.
Let's follow.
Okay. So y'all start heading towards that direction. Are you walking? Are you bolting? Are you?
Would I get the sense that they're moving, or are they between the two of us? Will we know that they're moving, or are they kind of standing in the alleyway?
No, they're at least for now staying still. So we'll go
Moving with a
ahead.
purpose.
I was going to say, then they're purposely moving, but not full on.
We're not
double
running through the
dashing.
streets, but we're New York walking.
Okay. As Kazator is fixing to head out, Leonith,
Or we
High
can-
Priestess, calls his name.
Airport walk.
Kazator.
You're
Yes,
forcing the party to split now.
I have a message for you from Master Corey, and he contacted you?
Yes, he did. Instructed me to come here to Whitebrand.
Indeed. I have as I said, a message for you. And she takes a little folded parchment envelope out from a pouch at her side and hands it to you.
I will take it. Thank you so much. Was there a message to accompany this, or am I simply to take this and follow his instructions?
I do trust you will follow the instructions. I will see you shortly, I believe. I believe a fair amount of what you seek is contained in that message.
Excellent. Well, I see my friends seem to be pursuing an important endeavor, so I will return shortly.
It is popping off.
I will see you when you return.
I am slightly scared and put that in my satchel, and I will follow everyone.
Okay. I will go ahead and text you what the message says.
Perfect.
In the meantime,
This makes me so happy.
Rye, you and Oust are in the alley. What are you doing?
Darling, okay, so I don't know how long it's going to take before they get here. So, just a couple of notes very quickly. I've had quite the last 12 hours. I was in the first of many conversations that really was more of an interrogation with an elf and a dragonborn, and I'm sure those are going to get much easier after they see you. So thank you very much for that, making the assignment that much harder. I do truly appreciate that, darling. So that happened, and then after this, I had a lovely encounter with some people that I had a really good time with, but said elf and dragonborn did an absolutely terrible job of talking to them, so I got to talk all of them into seeing Underlord, and then I had a horrendous negotiation with them. I just know I missed something on that whole deal with Case Tor, where I was trying to help a friend out, and I'm just out of conversational fortitude at the moment, so if you can just help me a little bit here. What are you doing here?
I feel so sorry for Rye having me.
I know,
pull
right?
this.
But at the same time, I'm like, this is everything I wanted it to be.
You died,
She is
Rye.
done dealing with us.
So short. I was really hoping you hadn't noticed. And, I didn't actually even see an afterlife, so I'm not sure we can really count it. Which, that might have to do with the fact that I don't have a patron that I actually subscribe to. But I don't, it's fine, and I'm alive now, so I'm not
You're
sure
deflecting.
what the fuck is.
Stop it. You died. That is entirely unacceptable. We're coming home to get someone reassigned to your mission.
I'm sorry, you're trying to get me reassigned. You don't think I tried that? I was in an hour and a half conversation with the impertinent little snit that the council sent me about this whole thing.
Popcorn, anyone?
Make a persuasion check.
You
Of
Garrett's mean.
course.
Mm.
Of course. That's an 11.
11.
Punch him and
Of
run.
course.
Okay. He looks over you and he does not seem terribly convinced. Obviously, we were not speaking to them together. We will go and we will address this, and we will get it all figured out.
I tried it from top to bottom, darling. I started with the fact that I'm an acquisitions librarian. This is not a role I'm suited for, and I'm one of the better acquisitions librarians. Do they really want to take me out of the field? And I'm only an associate. I'm not even a full librarian. I mean, wouldn't you want a full librarian taking on this position? And not only am I not a full librarian, I've I've been avoiding becoming a full librarian. I mean, surely you would want someone more dedicated to the position, taking on this type of role. And I'm really surprised that the council would want me to do this, considering how they take my issue with some of my unorthodox methodologies. And, you know, my partner is very difficult to work with. I can't imagine the kind of problems they're going to have replacing me on such short notice. And when the little brown noser looked at me and said, Miss Excellence, the decision has been made, I tried insulting them when logic didn't work and said, first of all, it's not Miss Excellence, it's Senior Associate Acquisitions Librarian Excellence. And I've been in this role for 14 years, 9 of which are on my own. You've been a clerk for the council for how long? 6 months. Nobody actually respects you at all. And since apparently my language, my inflection, or perhaps my accent is too strong for you, I'll try again in shorter words. I understand the decision has been made, but it's a stupid one. And I'm still here. So what do you suggest we try?
Dang!
Stupid.
I would like to do it.
So catch your
Raise
breath real
valid
quick.
points. Very well.
One valid point. That was 8, darling. 8 valid points.
If they are incapable of removing you from this position, we will get myself assigned in this venue also.
Oh, no. No.
Oh, we got a new party member.
I will join your adventure, and obviously be much more suited to protect you than you are on your own.
I'm already having to deal with one of you here. I don't need 2, especially in the same room together. That's going to be very volatile. And considering what I have already said about I have lost my conversational fortitude, no, you're not staying. You can go and talk to the council yourself and have this discussion. I'm sure they've got notes from that stupid little clerk that they can use in the conversation.
This is
Refer to.
unacceptable.
I don't care if it's acceptable. It's what's happening.
You cannot stay by yourself. The group you have latched onto is obviously incapable of taking care of you.
Latched onto.
Hurtful.
Yeah, we just
Hurtful.
brought her back.
Latched onto.
You see his eyebrow just rise. Right.
Are you
If you
jealous,
truly
darling?
want out of this, I have complete faith in your ability to extricate yourself.
I am losing faith in my ability. I couldn't extricate myself from this. And then there was a situation with Case 12. I know I missed something with that. I should have been able to get him out of it.
You're deflecting again.
I'm sort of deflecting, but the fact remains, I don't know that there's anything more I can do. And I'm not sure taking me away from the situation at the moment is going to be the best option.
Convince me. One chance.
Convince you.
One chance.
Convince you? How am I supposed to convince you? You're being stubborn. We've had this conversation before. I'm going to die, darling. Even if I was still a cobbler's daughter, I would only have 70 more years. You have what, 870 some? It's going to be fine. I'm going to eventually die, darling. It's going to happen. And we're librarians. I'm going to die young. I will be lucky if I get 20 more years out of this and die in the field rather than getting forced into retirement. I don't need to convince you of anything. This is the position and the role that we have taken as librarians, as an archivist, and you should be comfortable with the fact that this happens. I can't hear you.
I feel like I shouldn't even be on this call.
I can't hear you, Lauren.
No audio.
Oh no!
Wonderful timing.
You're perfect.
House
All
light.
right, so we'll edit this part.
No.
You're not talking.
Al, speak up, boy. Come on.
You are speechless.
Mean. Oh no.
I got him. Yeah. Woo.
So that concludes negotiations.
So meanwhile, we're just power walking our way through the street. Just listen.
We're full on airport walking.
Question: Get there? Are we body checking Oust? What are we doing?
I am knocking him out.
Okay, so
I mean,
As soon as I get within, if I can see him and stay like in the shadows, I'm casting detect thoughts on him.
I mean,
she seems to know him, so I don't think we need to jump the gun quite yet.
So we're not attacking Oust right now.
I was given sleeping potion.
I mean, you know, if we have to, there's 3 of us that can hold him down and
Basically trap him.
beat on him for a while.
Better?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, hey, there you are.
Okay.
Welcome back, Oust. Cat got your tongue.
Glad Lauren's going to be a party member now. She has to fight herself.
This will be my downfall. They are my bane. All right.
So what did you say?
Now cast
what-
silence.
What did I say? Right, I will never be okay with the fact that that is going to happen. I refuse to accept it. And the fact that you are hastening this and embracing the reckless attitude that will ensure this self-fulfilling prophecy is, as I said, entirely unacceptable.
Self-fulfilling prophecy, darling. It's not a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's statistics.
Iron.
I say tomato.
You see just this wave of frustration and resentment almost sort of wash over him. Like he knows you have a point, that the work that you do is dangerous, and you've known him long enough and partnered with him for long enough that like this is what he really doesn't want to hear.
Truth hurts, wear a cup.
The
Did I mess up your flow?
little bit, it's okay. While this may be true, and I do not cede that it is still dodging the point that on your own, and even with this group, you can't take care of yourself. This was what? A day and a half since you received this mission.
I'm sorry.
You survived that long?
9 years you've been my partner, and you've known me for twice that, and you have the gall to tell me I can't take care of myself.
Oh,
You're
dang.
skilled, Rye, but you are reckless, and you cannot argue that.
I never have argued if I'm reckless or not, darling, but I can take care of myself. I've been in the field for 9 years, and you've only been present for a handful of those missions. The ones that I actually needed you for. I am present, I am alive, and the council's well aware of my whereabouts. So if you would like to continue arguing about this, you will argue with them, not with me. I'm developing an ulcer from even agreeing to being with the council on this point.
This makes me so happy.
Make a roll.
Oh, dang.
Either persuasion or intimidation. You pick.
Intimisuasion.
It's 23.
Yeah, that's a 9. You see just this weight pressed down on his shoulders. You have a point. But Rye, you can't do this again. You can't do this to me again.
Darling, my darling, I can make no promises. This is the life that I lead. This is the life of being a librarian. And you well know, your work is more dangerous than mine. I can make no promises, but I suppose I can look a little bit more before I leave. And think about it. There's 5 sets of eyes watching me now.
About those eyes. Did I see?
Did you see what, darling?
Who leads your group? Tell me, not the elf.
Well, I think I would argue the Dragonborn thinks he leads the group. He's the most blustery of them. I would say it probably depends on the situation. They all sort of switch the roles around depending on who needs to be in charge, but there's definitely some stronger personalities whenever they're feeling particularly involved in the situation. The elf is actually the one I was telling you who looks pretty familiar. Do you have concerns?
Maybe.
Do you know something I don't, darling? Having only known him through my notes to you and the bare few minutes that you actually saw him.
Was a whole minute.
No, none at all.
Insight check.
Please tell me we're there. I so badly want to knock this sucker out.
Right?
They've been talking though,
This is like Gilmore Girls speech over here.
right?
Like, I've got my chloroform
21.
ready to roll.
Chloroform bow.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sense that he is thinking things he is definitely not saying.
Man, they sure ported it a long way away.
Eyes and deception, darling, but you keep your secrets and I will keep doing mine. So, I have your King Day present, by the way. I'll go ahead. Do you have a minute? I can give that to you and I'll summon the trunk real quick.
And there's just a deep sigh that he gives.
None of that now. None of that. And I'll pull it out. It is nicely wrapped. It's gorgeous. And I'll hand it to him.
And at about this point, as you're digging through the trunk and grabbing it and pulling it out, you are starting to hear the sounds of heavy armor moving your way at a purposeful pace.
So I did want to ask about that.
It won't be that way for long for me.
I didn't get to, I wanted to be a little ways ahead and moving as quietly as possible.
I kind of wanted to be moving with him under greater invisibility, to be honest.
Okay. Go ahead. Both of you make stealth checks. Kazator, if you're invisible, make it at advantage. Rye, what's your passive perception?
Oh, no. It's like 14.
Okay. And I've got
It's better
Alex's
than mine.
Mine used to be good. It's still good. You have an 18. You have an 18.
What's your best perception?
More than that.
That's good.
Oh, right, this was...
All right, stealth.
30.
26.
Yeah, y'all are moving ahead a little bit before the group, so you two would get there probably for the tail end of the conversation.
Why do they always do?
Probably about the time that Oust is asking who the leader of the group is and tell me it's not an elf. That's about the time that y'all get there.
And
Or,
you
of
said
course
he is
it
an elf, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's not.
I was gonna say.
Bullshit.
Story.
He visibly appears to be an elf.
Inside check
and-
the
Rye is also an elf. Let's not forget
Why
that.
is it slander?
Rye is an elf. Oust an elf. Are you an elf?
I've been wondering about that earring.
I've also been an elf the whole time. That's why I'm so weirdly tall.
Halberd, make a perception, or Halberd and Kazator both, I guess, can actually, yeah, go ahead and make perception checks. Why not?
Oh. 29.
29, okay. Kazator?
28.
28, impressive. Both of y'all, it's hard to tell in the shadows of the alleyway. But from what you can see, there's no sign of any, like with Rye, when she passes through a stray bit of sunshine or the clouds, you know, not that it's really cloudy today, never mind. But when you get a chance, you can see that, yeah, there's a faint element in her shadow of a slightly different silhouette. You're not seeing any of that with Oust. It looks like his shadow does match the silhouette that he presents. And in the darkness of the alleyway, like he does seem very comfortable in the shadows and receding into that. And some of the details are actually hard to make out. The colors are very muted, and he is comfortable in this sort of space. So you hand Oust his Kinde present, and he unwraps it. And this is what you had commissioned for him in Grimhold?
Mm-hmm. Yes, darling. I don't actually, surprisingly, have your measurements memorized, but thankfully the elf you seem to have an issue with seems to be of the same structure, so I just kind of modeled it. Hopefully it'll fit.
He sort of begrudgingly holds it up and sort of measures it against himself. Thank you, Rai.
You're welcome. I think it goes very nicely with the sword.
Isn't it a lovely sword? It does sound as though your allies are close to arriving.
Then I think it's time for you to be leaving. I'm going to dimension door out back to where we were again.
Okay,
So did my locate creature just go the other direction?
So
Yep.
I'm curious about that though, because we arrived as they were saying they didn't like us. So Kasator and I are like really close as she's dimension dooring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I know this, but I was going to like put my hand on his shoulder. So do I dimension door with them?
No.
I think she only
Lose
took
your
herself.
hand.
Yeah.
You only did you go by yourself or did you take him?
Oh, no, I took him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Dimension door can take you can take one person of the same size category with you. So you put your hand out and you just barely have your hand resting on his shoulder, and then they are gone through the dimension door and your hand just sort of falls.
Out of nowhere, you just hear, well, that was interesting.
I don't like the pointy ear one. One side.
Does
Are the rest
Like
of us
you.
there with them too?
Never
Since
trust.
they went ahead of us?
Never
I
trust.
think you just turned around when Val's ping jumped.
Yeah, Val's ping jumped. Rai took Oust
Val-
back to the
Mhm.
temple,
Mom's point.
Temple of Mayan,
I'm just-
or towards the library.
I'm just making sure I know where we are. Because we wouldn't have heard all that other stuff.
Oh, she jumped again. All right.
Why is this a thing?
That is rather annoying.
It would be great if somebody could stop that from happening.
As Oust is
Yes,
reluctantly preparing to leave,
Off you pop. Tell Wrath hello for me.
sure,
Give Steady my love.
I'll pass your greetings on, as long as you convey a message to your group for me.
Oh dear. This should go
I
well.
can't wait for this.
Right?
I make no promises, darling.
No, I make no promises of conveying your greetings to the others then. This is how it works, Rai. Do let them know that should any harm befall you, I will disembowel them and hang them to death with their own intestines.
Ever the cheerful and friendly, engaging person I have. No.
Challenge accepted.
If only we were there.
So,
Yeah.
Kasador, I want you to cast Feign Death on Rai.
Has to be a willing creature.
You just walk up, do you trust me? Oh, yes, I do. Everyone should be more likely to trust you.
Yeah?
Only do it if I'm standing on a magic carpet.
We
Alright.
need one of those.
So Oust says his goodbyes and heads back towards the library.
Before he goes, I'll be like, darling, I miss you too.
I never said that. And just gives
Have
him
a good
little,
time.
little smirk. Be safe. And then he heads out.
I'll start walking back the direction that we were in, because Oust is where they were there, so I'm like, they're going to be this way.
Okay. So y'all are heading back, and Halberd, your hunter's mark on Oust loses its hold. Val, your locate creature fizzles out probably before you meet Rye, because it only lasts for 10 minutes. Right?
Yes.
But you do
And that's
manage
all.
to find each other on the streets as you were heading back in the direction and she had been coming to meet you.
Apologies about that. He had some news from the library and it was private, Sanctum business.
Insight check.
Sure.
Crap.
Go ahead and contest that, Rye.
Hmm.
I'm guessing we're not there yet.
16.
Give it another minute or so.
No. It's a little bit higher than that. I think it's like 17. Yeah, 17.
26.
Fair enough.
Hard to read.
But the players know.
Is this the first time you've actually been blind?
Just out and out wide.
Yeah, pretty
All
much.
right, well, oh, that's well and good.
Why per se, but is.
If it's just business, then let's move on to the next piece of business, eh?
I do apologize about that. He's got a bit of a personality.
Don't we all?
True.
Oh, yeah, Gailey, you're one to talk.
Right, so we're here to do something for one of Casador's masters.
And about this point, Catus
Yeah.
Tor is still invisible, and
So,
Halberd
as we've been walking back,
stealthy.
yeah, and as we've been walking back, I just kind of mentioned to Halberd, like, what do you think that was about?
While invisible.
Yeah. I think
I'm
I'd like to
talking
know
to
more, but I'm not sure. I don't know what he means, and I don't know if I like him per se.
You think it meant that he seemed that he might know you?
It's one of the reasons I'm not quite sure I like him.
Fair
But
enough.
Hmm.
yes, I'd be curious to know who this pointy-eared oust fellow is.
Indeed.
We'll see what Miss Rye has to say. I don't think she's lied to us before. I'd be curious to see if she starts now.
That will be curious.
But I mean,
But-
you have this relationship with her. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I trust her, but I don't know or trust this Oust character. And if he doesn't like you, that definitely doesn't breed any positivity. So just know that I've got your back, and we'll see what comes of it.
I'm not always that good at endearing myself to people. But I do know that I'll take care of my people. So it'll be curious to see what happens, and as you go through this adventure. Mate, I'm not a fan of anyone binding their souls to anybody, but I got your back if you need me. Just saying now.
I appreciate that.
Just glad it wasn't a
Howard made a friend.
roaming deity. A little bit concerned. Maybe I'm just slightly paranoid, but I don't know.
The scroll of resurrection burns a little bit in my pocket as he says. And
Yeah.
we'll catch up with the group.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah,
There you are.
basically, you'll see. Well, are y'all still stealthing?
Yep, and invisible.
Yep,
Howard is just talking to himself for this entire walk back.
Yeah.
essentially. But there are enough people on the streets, and he's moving, through the crowd enough that there's not enough people following him in particular to notice that it's actually strange. He's just talking to himself. Sure, that's the thing people do. So Halberd and Casator see the other four sort of reunited. They do not see Oust with the group, just Rye. long before their presence is itself noticed.
Just chilling. Well, welcome back, Miss Rye. Did you have a good talk?
I don't know if that's the proper adjective, but as I was telling your fellows, I do apologize about that. He's a bit of a personality, and we needed to discuss a few things.
He reminds me of me. Maybe that's why I'm not sure I trust him.
And
The
you
more
have
honest thing has never been
qualities.
spoken by you.
I heard Garrett.
So,
You said, Brenda.
A more honest statement never been
you
spoken.
have similar qualities, darling. He doesn't particularly trust any of you either, but
Well, at least we're agreed on that. So,
Can we talk more later?
Well,
I have never said no.
yeah, we're here to do something for you, lad. Or you have an errand here or something, right? So let's get on with it.
Are you talking to
Get
the
to the
invisible
next
guy?
piece of business.
Are you still
Oh,
on
right, I can't see.
We're
Where's
still
the...
invisible.
Just standing there.
Shit. Where?
I'm just gonna walk up nose to nose with Doran and then just drop it.
So Doran,
That's a
you're just
natural
about to
20. I
ask
punch
where
him in
Case-
the
Oh, for
face.
reaction? Yeah.
That was a natural 20. You just got slugged. I just gut punch him.
I guess I can't cutting words in that 20. Oh well.
No, that hits.
I was planning to get there.
Your unarmed strike,
What should
Doran,
that be?
is that I don't remember if I think it's just 1 plus your strength modifier unless you're barbarian. Do I remember that right?
is this your
Yeah.
Tavern Brawler?
And Tavern Brawler,
Yeah.
Brother. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
So would
1
that be
plus
a
strength.
2 plus
That
strength
makes it
mod?
a
Or monk.
Because he
Oh my-
critted?
1
yeah, so
plus.
2 plus your strength modifier is
Oh man, 2 plus strength.
6 or
That's a
7.
7.
okay. So 7
That's a
points
7.
of bludgeoning damage as Isator, you dispel your invisibility, and out of nowhere, like lightning fast, Doran just punches you across the face, and you hadn't actually expected the face.
Oh
He's
no, I was
still
thinking like
smaller
gut
than-
punch.
Oh, you
He's a
think gut punch?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, just Nahanchi punch right in his gut.
Okay. So just sucker punch. You are
Nahanchi punch.
bent over with the force of this. Just
When
out
I
of
realize who it
nowhere.
is, I'm apologetic and I help pick him up. Why would you do that?
I was gonna drop it, and then when he inevitably swung, just do cutting words, and then he nat 20'd on me. Way to go, Doran.
That's what's funny.
I'm just
That's gonna be
I
the
appear
one
and
good
start-
roll I got. Everything else is gonna be due to garbage.
exactly appear, and I'm about to scare him, and just goes, "Ugh," before I can get a word out. I'm like, oh.
Oh, that's you.
I thought you said we needed to go. I was just coming back.
Oh,
That was funny. I'm gonna reach down and pick up Casator and do lay on hands as I lift him up.
Okay.
Yeah, no, as he's
Doran's
crumpled
got
over my
him.
arm,
Let him
when I
actually
realize
fall,
it's
but-
him, I'm. Yeah.
Casator, I want to.
Why would you do that?
Really can.
Got a strong friend.
Oh.
Casator,
I mean, I did go through a growth spurt. Blood, don't do that again.
Thank goodness Ghost wasn't here for
I
that.
don't feel guilty though.
I think we should go see Laneth.
right.
And I'll pull out the scroll and read it to everyone as we walk it
Pat
that
him on the
direction, and just say, as y'all started to go find Rye, Laneth gave me a message from Master Corian, and I will read it. It says, Casator, my thanks for accepting this task. Although Laneth is an old friend, please be courteous and pass along my thanks to her also. Here is your task as it stands. My former protege, Hari Reslan, has spent a number of years researching planar shift. In this way, his interests much align with yours, I believe. Last year, he learned of a massive shift that occurred in the Feywild some 150 years ago, and journeyed to that land. He was supposed to return last month for a symposium to present his findings. He has yet to return. I have arranged with Laneth to transport you to his last known location, as well as providing a means of return. I am aware that Hari may be well beyond your skill or means of return, but if you're unable to retrieve him, at least make an attempt to retrieve his research. Have your friend send me with any questions, and again, upon your return. Best wishes for successful quest, Ansel Corian.
Feywild, y'all. Let's go.
We're going to the Feywild.
Right now.
That is what it sounds like.
All right. Question. Do we have time to prepare before we do this, or are we pressed for time?
I'm sure we could probably spend the night here at Whitebrand. Laneth is waiting to transport us, so I need to touch base with her and find out.
I need a few days if we're. I've got work to do.
It seems to me that we have two separate directions that are needing to be taken. You need to get to Dragon Throne, which is going to take exactly how long?
How long would it take me to travel to Dragon Throne from here?
Walking, riding horses, by boat.
The fastest.
Flapping our arms very hard.
Flapping your arms very hard.
Let's say horseback, so we need a boat. And then
okay, if y'all were pony expressing this and riding your horses to exhaustion and then changing them at every possible stable, you could probably make it to the coastline.
Or camel, if I wanted to be a camel.
Pulling up my map.
Camel.
Okay, war camel.
Shoot it down.
War camel.
There's a
Could
few
do war
things.
camel.
My walrus. My giant walrus.
Giant walrus. Body flop.
Yeah. Once we get to the body of water, you can just giant walrus us across.
Mm-hmm. So you could head straight south to Port Linen and then take a boat from Port Linen south through the Caprian Sea and then west through the Keanu Sea through the Dragon's Gate to Dragon Throne, and that would be probably close but not quite. It does sound similar though, doesn't it?
It do. All I can think of is the Matrix.
He could be a camel. He could be an elk. He could be a mastiff.
That'd probably take 4 or 5 days on foot, and then about 3 weeks by boat, because you're going to have to go around Cliffsguard and avoid the little bit more dangerous terrain through the Shattered Islands.
Well,
the Shattered Lands, or you could go by land, horseback or wagon back, however you wanted to go. Southwest past Cedar Grove through the land between the lakes to Port Sameda, and from Port Sameda take about a week by boat to get to Dragon Throne. So 3 or 4 weeks by land, depending on how quickly y'all are moving, to Port Sameda, and then another 5 days or so by boat to Dragon Throne.
So we're looking at about a month.
Look at it a month, no matter what.
Unless, Casator, do any of your connections happen to know with someone at the Temple of Ayun have the teleportation circle to Dragon Throne?
It is
I know there's
possible.
one there, but I do not know it.
I plan to talk to Laneth to see if she can, if we could be allowed access to teleport to Dragon Throne. But based on Master Corian's message when we were outside the Beholder Lair, this mission for myself is of utmost urgency.
Yes.
So if we can do this, I'm thinking of a similar situation we had recently, where we go do a favor, get a transportation favor, and we can shave several weeks off of our journey.
Now, do we know where you're being transported to? Because you're being taken to the last known location of this person. Where is the last known location? Because if
it's somewhere in the Feywild. Getting more information is why we need to talk to Laneth.
Well, my question was, I thought in the note, and correct me if I'm wrong, I might not have heard it right, is there was a rift 150 years ago to the Feywild. A shift. So this person went to that location where this thing took place.
He went to the Feywild. So 150 years ago, there was a shift that occurred. So he went to the Feywild to investigate the shift. He was presumably in contact with Master Corian from the Feywild, using a similar sending spell to Val, and his last known location, it should be somewhere there in the Feywild, which is where we would be sent.
Gotcha.
I cannot wait.
You've got a month of travel. If we can shave
What if
time off of that.
I have a month of travel if I take it. By talking to the Temple of Ayun on my own fruition, they might be willing to send me to Dragenthrone.
We're gonna split the party.
If we can
I've got work to do. I've got making to do.
I'm not sure a trip to the Feywild is going to be a few days for a small favor. I've been receiving messages almost daily for the past few days. My presence is required immediately. There's things going on with the Oracle. The Archpriest himself has contacted me. I have to go. I understand if you all need to go to the Feywild to help out him. I'm going to a seemingly safe location to deal with politics. You guys are traveling to a dangerous location.
I'll stop you right there, mate. You going somewhere to Dragenthrone to deal with politics as the Arbiter is anything but a safe location, be it for you or the people you're about to go see. So, let's cut the bullcrap. There's nothing safe about this situation for you because you're strong, but you're not all that on your own. I'm sorry, none of us are. Kind of takes the entire group. So let's, before we plot a plan of action, find out what exactly the map says before we decide to go, because I don't feel safe having K-Store just run around in the Feywild with a dude who was there for 150 years and he's not showing up. Yeah, that sounds sketchy. And I don't really feel comfortable about you running all over the place gallivanting with an archpriest who says, oh, we're going to kill everybody, even though we weren't supposed to do that before. And now if you're bucking the trend, what happened to the previous arbiters and all that? Don't want you to end up as some different drawing on a temple in the desert somewhere either. So let's see what we can do when we go to this temple, figure out our decision just yet. And maybe, just maybe, we can find a forge for our dwarven friend to make some dope stuff while we talk about this over a couple of pints of ale.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you, but I was simply stating that I feel the Feywild is more dangerous than
Thank you.
Not saying the Dragenthrone isn't dangerous. I feel the Feywild might have greater danger.
I think it might end up being called the Dragonwild, depending on the meeting that goes on. So,
well, let's go back to the temple and see what kind of information we can gather.
That's what I thought.
It's not politics. The Feywild is only politics either. It's just a different type of politics.
True words were never spoken.
I've never been there.
Politics of the wild.
It's an interesting place. We'll talk more about it once we've decided if we're going or not.
I mean, right now my priority is getting us new kit, so finding a forge is my priority.
Well, there should be forges here or Dragenthrone. I'm not sure if there's forges in the Feywild. I've never been. Who knows?
Oh, there's so many entries.
There are some here in town. I worked in one before. On the armor that doesn't fit because I'm taller now.
Right. Well, let's go talk to your priestess, Casador.
Certainly.
Casador, is Corian here in town? Are we going
No,
to see him at some point?
No, Corian is at his tower in Grimhold.
Ah, all right.
I do know the teleportation sigil there and here, so we could go back and forth at our leisure, once a day.
If you need to go see him, or if we're going to see him at one point, I would like to go. I have a question for him. Okay. I want him to look over my weapon since it's now changed. I want to see if it's safe to continue using.
I could identify that for you at some point.
We might do that instead. If that would be easier than wasting his time.
We could at least start there and see if there's more to be gleaned than my capabilities. So let's talk to Lenneth and see what the current plan is.
All right.
And we will go find Lenneth.
Right.
To the place with the people and the things.
It is just a short distance away, just a couple hundred feet up the street. Not far at all.
Not 3 months of travel?
No. So you get to the temple, and it seems like the sort of hullabaloo that had been occurring beforehand has died down. Most of the people have gone back to work. Laneth is still in the sort of front area. She is seated on a bench in the shade, sort of in this U-shaped courtyard. Is the sort of opening entryway, foyer almost, to the temple. She's dressed in her formal maroon tunic and robes. The symbol of Ayun is still set in that golden necklace at her throat. And she stands as you enter into this courtyard and begin to approach.
I'm gonna walk up to her and I'm terribly sorry about that. He's very effusive. So please accept my apologies for him.
Your apologies are accepted.
Thank
In
you.
truth, he did no great harm, but he is... Oh, what word should I use? Strongly opinionated.
That's very kind of you and terribly polite.
One works with many types of people in the pursuit of knowledge.
Yes.
Speaking of the pursuit of knowledge, Kazator, I assume you have questions.
Yes, Laneth, it is, I apologize for our abrupt encounter earlier, but it is good to see you, and Master Corian, in his letter, sends his regards as well. It seems that you are waiting to send us to find this compatriot of Master Corian, Hari Reslan.
Yes, Master Reslan departed last year, I believe. I know Ansel has been quite concerned for him since he is running so late. I must apologize. We are not, in fact, prepared to send you immediately. We do require an additional 4 days to complete our preparations.
Very good.
I'm sorry for the delay. I know.
This is perfectly all right. To be honest, there were some things that we were hoping to take care of and not knowing if we had the time. A related question. Would you have a means of transport between here and Dragonthrone?
Our temples are not permitted in Dragonthrone. So our
Certainly.
transportation abilities are not permitted.
Temple
there.
of knowledge
You
not
think-
allowed. That's I have a problem I have to deal with. I'll be right back.
I know.
You
I know your master does have some sway with some officials there. He may have access that I do not.
as you can
However,
see, we travel with the Arbiter, who has some business to take care of. Some business to rectify, you might say. Is there a Temple of Bahamut here in Whitebrand that might have transportation capabilities?
there's a small temple here. I do not know if they have their transportation capabilities currently set. Although, if you do accept Ansel's quest for you, I do. Part of his bargain with us is to also secure passage back for you. I can adjust the scroll that you will be using to perhaps a different destination.
Sulyex, would it be of interest to go to Grimhold and see what Master Corium could do? And I will have to return here in 4 days to go to the Feywild.
Right.
And I know that we do not know what awaits us in Dragonthrone, and how long that will take. Would it be of interest to visit Master Corian and see what he, and possibly the temple here, just as a first resort, to see if we could get there for at least a few days before see what could be accomplished?
I would prefer to spend these 4 days in Dragonthrone, of course. Perhaps I can handle whatever I have to handle there in that time. And then we can return here. Because you can return here in an instant, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Then yes, I would definitely have preference to going to Dragon Throne, and if nothing else, perhaps you can get eyes on the teleportation circle that is there.
Yes.
Seeing as how you travel with me, that would aid in my return back there if needed. Might be able to
Certainly.
swing that for you. But I would prefer to spend those 4 days there. See what we can do. Of course, I don't know, once we set foot in the door, when leaving will be. But you can get a
Certainly.
lot accomplished in 4 days with dedicated time, and I feel like I can
Of course.
perhaps do what I'm required to do.
Of course. And if the worst scenario comes, I will leave you in Dragon Throne in 4 days and return here. And we can decide who needs to stay and help you and who might be able to aid me. And
Right.
hopefully we will not be apart for long.
Ideally, no. But if we can at least get to Master Corian and see if he can't. I mean, he may not even have the circle himself. Lauren, this temple that's in town, is this the one that I scared the dude away from? Yes.
Yep.
I can tell you for a fact that the small temple here has not the teleportation means with the people,
Very well.
or they won't help us. Because
They don't
probably
probably like us.
I don't believe there's anybody there at this moment. Turns out when you tell the guy that there's a war coming, he gets scared and runs away. People.
Well, then I will
the
ask. I will ask Val to send a message to Master Corian telling him that we are going to come to Grimhold.
I'd be happy to do that. Yes, of course.
All right, Val, what's the message going to say?
The message will say, Master Corian, I am contacting you on behalf of Casator. Is it possible for us to come visit you today?
Oh my gosh. I think how many words you get?
25.
25? You got about, that's 13, so.
Also, do you have teleportation access to Dragon Throne?
Tor says hi.
Casator says hi.
So
Faith.
there's a brief pause as he seems to be putting together his reply. Greetings. I am capable of teleporting to Dragon Throne. Although I currently have no reason to do so. How many words is that?
I'm at 15.
I wasn't counting.
Okay. I was at 16 or 18 and then I lost count. So we'll say 16, so 9 words left.
That's what I have, yeah.
You sent a message, Master.
And Casator has been set a task.
Yeah, he has.
Okay. Well, he knows we're coming.
Good.
Or whatever.
Okay, what are y'all doing?
Okay.
Are you sending another? Are you sending another? Are you using another sending spell, or are you just going over there?
Waiting for them to finish their convo.
I guess I'll ask Val to, if he would mind sending another one, to just say,
Noted. See you soon.
Oh, if
basically say we have 4 days until we can leave Casator. will be in Whitebrand on that day, but have urgent business in Dragenthrone.
Right, we have 4 days before we can start the mission that you have assigned for Casator, and in that time, instead of wasting time, we figured we'd take care of other business we had in Dragenthrone. Can you send that, Val?
I'd have to get that down in a few words, but
No, I feel like that'd work.
that
I
was
think what I said was, yeah.
a bit more than 20 words.
We have to wait for 4 days. We have urgent business in Dragenthrone. I pretty much said everything Wesley just said, but in like 8 words.
13 words.
Was that 13?
13.
Okay, 13 words.
I'll use the much more direct approach since I'm not used to Casator actually using the direct approach.
Okay. You have 12 words left. Anything else you want to say?
Casator
Look forward to seeing.
guarantees he will be in Whitebrand 4 days from now.
Why would you say that? Something will go wrong.
I am teleporting in 4 days. Good luck.
If you leave us behind, man.
I believe we have those.
Hmm?
I believe we have those for, high-level prisoners.
Casator will do his best to be in Whitebrand then. Thank you.
Oh my god, I'll clear it up when I get there.
We'll be there ASAP.
So,
gonna be
can
like-
we go to Grimhold then, quickly?
You get a response. Casator is free to use my laboratory.
Dang.
That was 7.
I know, okay. To prepare for his task. That's 13. I am not in Grimhold at the moment.
11. Six words.
I know, I'm trying to condense this into 6 words.
Don't screw this up. Bye now. Bye.
A favor may be discussed later.
Heyo.
Ah, freaking Soyax. Okay.
Just by teleporting to
smells-
Grimhold, I think it is a shorter trip south.
I don't have the map.
I think it'll shave about a week off of my...
Yeah, but we don't have. I have 4 days. I'm not gonna.
Right, I
gotta
realize
use it.
I mean, it's.
I
I'm
am
gonna be
crossing
spending
off a
money on
use
What do I got in my
of
inventory?
teleportation circle.
I mean, have you guys been to a city that's closer to Dragenthrone? Because she said she could adjust before we come back.
Right, and she could bring us back to Dragenthrone if she wanted to, but
You can bring us back
uh,
to the Grove.
Yeah,
We
she can bring us
just-
back to lots of places, but
yeah, but just for right now. So we can discuss where we're
Forgot I
actually going
had
to come
this.
back. But for now, I will thank Lanith for a time, assure her that I will be back in 4 days, and cast teleportation circle to take us to Master Corians.
Okay. Who else
I
going to
thought we
Master
were hanging
Corians?
out here for 4 days. Did I misunderstand that?
Yeah, no, we got to go to Dragenthrone. We'll spend 4 days there, so you can spend time in Dragenthrone. We'll find you
Okay.
a smithery so you can work.
we have 4
Um,
days in Dragon.
No, we gotta spend it there.
I'll find it. I'll sniff it out.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can, yeah.
You'll have
Yeah.
your reward.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
To sum up,
We will have our armor, is what you meant to say.
We jumped out.
what are y'all doing over the next 4 days?
They explain. No, there's no time.
We
Let me
need,
sum
to
up.
we need to get to Dragenthrone.
Okay. How are you getting to Dragenthrone?
Hopefully, for
We're
the
going to
Corian's laboratory, maybe he'll have the circle written down or something.
Yeah, he said we were able to use his laboratory, so I'm going to go to Master Corian's. Doesn't he have that like student he was working with? I'll see if he's there. Maybe has an idea of where to find either the sigil itself or a way to get to. It seemed like he was saying I do have a way to get to. That's why you can use my laboratory. So
Okay. Sure.
is that in?
Lauren has a good smile on her face.
Let me just real quick.
okay. This is to
Yes.
clarify. You know that Master Corian is a powerful arcanist.
Yes.
He's just a wizard based on your encounters with Rai and what you've seen from her abilities and from what you've seen of Master Corian himself. You know that he is not currently in Grimhold, that his laboratory is still set up for you to work on your own work there as he's invited you to do so, to make any preparations you require. He said he had the ability to teleport to Grimhold, but that he is not, or to Dragonthrone, but he is not in Grimhold at the moment. There is a student that he had been working with before you left, little Nemu. I've got to get better names, guys.
Yeah.
Especially when you say little Nemu.
This is Dad lost.
Do we go Nemo? Or Leonard Nimoy? I was just,
I mean, there was also a search for Spock, so.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
Finding Nemo and Search for Spock. There's a theme. So let me guess. We get there and he's lost. He's gone. He's not at the tower. Okay, so basically I would probably understand that the capability is with Corian, not. He doesn't have a sending sigil like the one that sent us out of the temple of Bahamut's non-arbiter.
Obviously, you've seen the one that he has there. I don't think in your time you would have seen him do a teleportation circle himself. He'd been mostly in his laboratory and working with you there. You do know that if he has been, like, it is, in the whole time you've known him, he has not left his domain, his area in Grimhold. He is in his tower the vast majority of the time. So for him to not be in Grimhold implies that there's something going on. That he's either been contracted to work on something or has a task that he has also completed, and thus sending you to do what he can't.
He got captured by a beholder, and if we had killed the beholder, it would have freed him instantly.
I'm pretty sure Corian could take on a beholder. Or at least escape.
He's a
Although,
and the
if
beholder
he's...
looked at him and it's like, dang, this sucks.
That's true. That is true. Okay, so
are y'all going to Grimhold?
Zulyax, I believe the only way to get to Dragonthrone from Grimhold would be via Master Corian himself, who is not in Grimhold at the moment. So I don't think I think we're kind of out of luck as far as getting you to Dragonthrone before I leave. The best I could do would be to decide who is going to Dragonthrone and who is going to the Feywild. I could get you as close as Grimhold, so you have a shorter journey ahead, and then come back here.
Any idea how long your stint into the Feywild is going to be?
Longer than it should be.
I don't. I know, as we've discussed, Halbert and I a little bit previously, that in his experience and my research, I don't understand it, but time is not necessarily the same. So I don't know.
Well, that's fun.
Would I know?
Yeah, you'd have experience with this also. And what Kizator is saying is true, that time passes differently in the Feywild than, or occasionally passes differently in the Feywild than it does in the material plane.
But that also doesn't tell me how long this mission is expected to take.
Yeah, we don't have any idea, the length of the mission, and like from my reading, I remember we talked about this at some point, because Halbert and I were talking, basically from my study over the years, I had heard stories of time being different. If there's any more, what am I saying? Any more consistency to it than that? Like, oh, it's one day here. Like, I don't know, and I don't think that's true necessarily. But
from everything that you've heard, it's actually very inconsistent. That sometimes weeks can pass in the Feywild, and a mere day has passed here in the Prime Material Plane. That sometimes the reverse is true. That sometimes, a week or a month in the Feywild is years here on the Prime Material Plane.
So it'll be about as consistent as Avenar's orb, but with less control.
Right.
The one thing about it, though, is that between Halbert and myself, we have quite a bit of tracking spells on us and abilities. finding, if we're in his last known location, finding him or his research shouldn't be too difficult.
True, but I cannot stall for works. Would you mind sending a message to Sarai? I know your message sending is being tapped, but
I've still got quite a few slots left.
if you would not mind sending a message to Sarai, informing her of the difficulty of me finding rapid transport to Dragonstone, see if she has any ideas, and telling her that if without rapid transport, I will be there in hopefully a month's time.
All right, I will send a message to her. Sorry to barge in on you like this. Solix is having trouble securing transport. And I can't see your fingers of how many I've got left.
You have 10 left.
Oh. At current pace, should arrive in Dragonthrone in about a month.
Yeah.
That soon. Truly, we did not expect him for nearly 6 weeks.
Oh, so we got time.
Boom!
The celebration next month is the earliest. I lost track of my train of thought. We thought he would arrive.
I'll send another message. Use all my spell slots today. Just send that. Val TNT.
Verizon.
Thank you. Sorry, I was counting. Yeah. What's the situation like there? Solix has been getting reports almost daily. Is he needed sooner? You can use your own spells to reply. After you reply.
Venera's message is slowly spreading. It does continue to make some nervous, but things are proceeding as well as can be expected. Xantier sends his regards.
That's a little guilt stab in the heart there. Feel bad for killing the kid. I'll relay that to everybody. So it seems the urgency at the moment is somewhat mitigated. They weren't expecting you for 6 weeks now. So we do have some time. Reminding me,
Let's make time.
what's the lady's name that's helping us get to the Feywilds?
Lana.
Lana. So I'm based on my experience with plane shifting and jumping, I'm assuming she's coming with us, at least as a portal person.
Feel free to assume that if you like.
I think you did. We did hear her say something about preparing a scroll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
got a scroll.
Okay. So if she can adjust the return entry.
Right. She said that she can adjust the return so we can return to Dragonstone. So
And that's a particular point. It almost seems what the risk at this point.
We'll do that. So,
That's way faster, yeah.
in answer to your question, Lauren, we will spend our 4 days here in Whitebrand.
I got
Okay.
work to do.
Right.
As
We will
does-
go ahead. I feel like
We'll take
Doran's been like backing out of the door trying to get.
Yeah.
I've been looking. I'm in the
He
street,
snuck
like,
out.
looking left and right, like eyeballing where the Temple of Moradin is. I'm getting ready to get walking.
Now that you can actually see over some of the crowd.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
5'4". It's great.
The tallest dwarf in the city.
Yep.
That's,
Maybe the world.
it's so nice.
All right, we will go ahead. We will take a very quick break. We will come back here in just a few moments. On this break, y'all be thinking about what you want to do and accomplish in Whitebrand. Come back prepared to let me know.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
We're back!
Welcome back. We are good to go. All right, so shopping, powering up, getting things ready, preparing for the next 4 days, and then we'll see what happens at that point. So, what are y'all doing?
Step one.
We would like to go to Grimhold.
Yes.
Yeah. Step one.
Certainly doable.
We travel. Via
You
teleport.
do teleportation circle.
Yes.
All right, who else going? Are all of you going?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have 6 seconds from the time you cast the spell into the time to the other side.
Okay. Never mind.
We yeet ourselves through.
No,
Yep.
Halberd, what's up?
Not saying anything. We'll do it later. Message from
Keep your secrets then.
have that conversation in person.
I would too, but if push comes to shove, just remember we have that option.
I don't know what they're on about.
We're going to Grimhold.
We grimholded.
Going to Grimhold, you appear
The Grimhold!
in Master Corian's tower. You scare the bejesus out of the little apprentice who is also working in the laboratory.
Don't care.
Oh,
Is he trying?
Did you miss us?
hello, Nemu. Just
Oh,
passing through.
Found you, Nemo.
Mr. Kazator,
He definitely missed us.
Master Grimhold, or Master Corian's not here.
Yes, I'm aware. We spoke. We're just passing through, going to spend a few days in the city before heading back to Whitebrand. So, how is your work going?
Slowly. I'm not meeting expectations. That's why I couldn't go with him for the siege. I'm so
The
disappointed.
siege.
Yes. I mean,
What
they've
siege?
been calling for the men-at-arms for the last 6-8 weeks. They're reclaiming the keep up north at the edge of the Barren Lands. We're trying to take it back. It's so exciting.
That is. Take
That's-
back the keep from whom?
Oh, the goblins that infested it.
What?
We lost a goblin not that long ago.
Was that on this world?
I don't care.
Wait, wait,
That's
wait,
my
wait.
headcanon.
Which because this was one of the things on the notice board last time y'all were here in Grimhold, was that there was a call out for men-at-arms to join the army to go reclaim territory from the invasion of the
Oh man, why didn't we take that side quest?
and goblins, and they have finally gathered, it seems, enough of an army to go, and Master Corian has been contracted to provide assistance.
So this isn't our keep, right?
No.
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
We were about to drop everybody.
Our keep is to the south, we went north. This is
No, y'all's is to the northeast on the other side of the Palisades.
Right. When you said north, that's what freaked me
yours is
out.
just like in the middle of Stillwater Swamp. What they're talking about is just north of the Amaranth Coast.
yeah.
At the edge of the Barren Lands, there's
We're in the north, y'all. Yes, it's
Oh,
the
no.
same one from the first world.
That's where Halberd goes for the next 4 days.
not quite. I mean, it's
That's
you might
funny.
try and catch up with the forces. Nimu does inform you that they left earlier this week, that they are marching out. It's expected to be 3 or 4 months at least before they return, depending on how long they have to lay siege to the keep.
Man,
Right.
so many side quests, so little time.
So we're noticing a theme on Lauren's worlds. There's always a
Or
one
north.
in the north.
See, the last one, the very first world y'all went to, that was an entirely different situation. That was a civil war where the two sides were trying to decide whether they were going to
Mango.
oppose one heir or the other heir of the king that had just died.
It's still a war in the north. That's all that mattered.
So
That
what?
was a much more political situation and not.
It doesn't
quite
matter,
devolving
Lauren, it
into
doesn't.
war.
Don't even try.
Okay, moving on.
And became devolved to
I find a forge.
everyone to gobble.
Easily done.
You're
There's
coming.
a public forge that you can rent a workspace for 5 gold a day. They do have apprentices and journeymen that are. They have like little showcases of their work that are looking to be hired. Who are, especially the journeymen, are they're not quite certified to be able to produce equipment to send to the war, but they're in the process of gaining that certification, so they have to have a portfolio built. So there are a number of very exciting,
So these interns, like, their work looks decent.
make a
right.
perception check.
I'm gonna bring smart people who are very observant to help me, but also, since I'm blacksmith, me and know how metal do.
Yeah, I would give you advantage on this perception check.
That's polite. And it doesn't matter if the advantage didn't help me, but you said perception?
Yep,
All right,
and this
so
is
that's-
not a very
yeah.
difficult DC.
It's a 15 that your boy rolled.
Oh, easily. You can easily discern which of these journeymen, these interns, have had the experience and know what they're doing and are just about ready to work independently and just need that final bit of experience, and which of them are like just starting the process and have obvious flaws in the metal where the edges are starting to laminate, where the welding or the pieces of metal are starting to come apart, or where there's a slight like turn where they've over sharpened the edge of the blade and it's actually started to curl the metal, so it's almost useless. So you can pick out exactly who you want. You can find a decently high quality intern to work with you, sure.
All right. I assume I joke when I say interns. I would probably have to pay these people, right?
Yes.
Hey, I'm trying to make sure I know game-wise.
No, you're right, man. You're right.
I'm trying to make sure I know what up.
It's a paid
All right.
internship.
It is
Yeah.
a paid internship.
So-
Very rare, highly valued.
Mhm.
Yeah. What Lauren, would I know, or would they have a posted sign, or would we just haggle on payment later, or like how much am I paying these guys?
Industry standard.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're wanting them to do. So you're wanting competent assistants to make plate armor, right?
Indeed.
So the industry standard is half the price of the item, the cost of the item that you're
What if you find-
having them make.
How
plate
much
armor
is-
generally one's 1,500 gold pieces.
Yeah.
So for the period, it'll be 750 gold pieces for their assistance.
What if you can find somebody who's not unionized?
Because then they'll
I can't believe I'm now having to like fantasy haggle for employees.
You
What the
know,
crap?
normally with internships, they tell you how much they're willing to pay you, and then you look at the candidates who show up.
That's right.
Yeah, the ones who are not as high quality are willing to work for a little less. They'll take 600 gold pieces for it.
Oh sure. So okay, I have that nugget of because when we went to the place,
Right.
I got the ingot, but I also got a little nugget of mithril.
hmm
How much is that nugget worth?
Make a
Because you said it was like golf ball palm-sized little rock of mithril.
right, and it's ore.
Or not-
It's raw ore. It's not pure. It hasn't been it's
Fair.
it
But I
needs to be worked with in order to get into a workable form. So,
Yeah, but they're interns. They don't know.
I was gonna say, I bet you could convince some intern to pay you prime for that.
you know, it's probably worth. Oh, we'll say 100 gold pieces.
Okay.
Worth about 500 gold pieces, right?
And I mean,
No,
just
I'm
think
not
of the
going to really
value
try to
of
cheat
being
these
able to work on mithril armor. Like, there's
Yeah.
value in that,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Once in a lifetime experience.
You.
Well, so whoever this fool is, I pull him aside. I'm like, all right, so here's what I've got that I can give you. I know the going rate right now is, to help a man build a suit of full plate. That's what I'm trying to do, and so I know the going rate for about that would be something close to about 700. But what say?
750, sir.
Aye.
Drop
But
him,
now
he's a
what
punk.
say I throw this note? Yeah. Aye, I see what you're on about, but first of all, what say I throw this in? It's a wee bit of mithril, aye? That is not something you commonly find. I know, it's not fully ready to be used, but it's something worth a bit, aye? So I would say that's about 100. So we can drop the price down of gold, throw this in for you. And we're not just making a suit of iron, lad. Look here, and I like out of my pocket or whatever, like half shell, like that's what we were working with right there.
Okay.
Mithril in itself.
You talk about
So
it
now-
in your pocket.
Mithril.
Each
What-
ingot weighs about 10 pounds.
Yeah, it's in a trench coat.
I'm being facetious for the sake of making the conversation go
Absolutely,
quicker.
certainly. So, if
So,
you'll allow me, sir, to
I believe
interject and rather than just taking you at your word, a random stranger coming and waving a shiny rock around.
Oh,
Right.
what is
So
he
I take
wanting?
it-
Is he wanting to see the?
Yeah, he just wants to look at the mithril rock, see if it is what you're actually saying.
Oh,
it is.
Oh, sure. And
Look him up and down
he's
if he
within
looks-
grabbing distance if he tries anything.
I was gonna say, if he looks fast, don't give it to him.
Hey.
Yeah, what is it? What am I talking to? Is this a human? Is this a dwarf? Is
This
this
is a younger dwarven
gorilla?
lad.
Oh, okay.
You can see he's got his hair pulled back and just the beginnings of a little mustache and chin strap beard coming in. So adult.
So he's
but
got like the
barely
equivalent, the
adult.
dwarven equivalent of the barely stubble, the 13-year-old
yeah.
stubble, but dwarf style.
So his beard
Yeah.
looks like Celiax's.
Probably better.
Probably better.
Oh yeah, we got to roll for that, don't we?
Not yet. Same day.
I gotta wait.
Oh damn!
After these next 4 days, we'll see what happens.
I-
But it's the same day still.
I so want to see progress.
I know, me too.
Ship with WX. All right, so he
So
actually he would
takes-
be shorter than me.
Yes, he would considerably, actually.
Power move.
So he's
Anyway.
a good like 12 to 18 inches shorter than you are. He's definitely like looking up at you, and
Yeah.
he takes out his jeweler's tools, his loop, his magnifying glass, his lens,
Mhm.
and starts inspecting things very professionally. Like even though he's
Oh, yeah.
young, he's definitely had some experience. He's like, very well for the opportunity to be working with such a rare material, and to be establishing a skill set most of my peers can't brag they've got. We'll go ahead and we'll knock. You said 100. We'll knock 100 gold pieces off the price of my assistance. Now, is this going to be paid half up front or all up front?
Pick another,
Do what?
pick another candidate. This guy's got an ass. He reminds me of our group. He's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, my goal is me and this kid are gonna be friends by the end. I'm gonna teach him how to not be a turd. Yeah. So
He's gonna, oh, captain, my captain. Old Dead Poet Society, this kid.
yeah. So all right, fine. Here, we'll do it this way. So we'll do half up front, and then when it's ready to go, then we'll do the other half. And
Welcome to the.
that can be part of the down payment right now.
Well,
And,
I didn't hear.
What's,
Oh, there you are.
And what do I call you? Do I just go around calling you sir?
No, my name is Doran Runheim.
Very well.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the thing. Okay, anyway. Doran Runheim. Hi. What's your name, lad?
Call me Ranalock.
How do I spell that, Lauren?
Is he Rylock?
No, Ranalock.
Oh, okay.
It's Rye. She transformed herself into a dwarf for this.
Well, we had a companion named Rylock at the beginning of this
We
campaign.
really did.
Oh.
Yeah, who we think is Tiamat, but we're not sure.
well Rylock is Owen, really the big bad, so is Tiamat.
Yes.
Oh.
You almost got me. You rat.
So Ranalok.
Sweet, I spelled it right. All right, and so the grand total I need to subtract out of my gold is 600,
650.
650.
325 now, 325 on completion.
I'll just get rid of the whole lot right now.
You know, we can always murder the kid after you get done. I mean,
You're good at that, aren't you, Val?
Are you there?
That is Val's style.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
Oh,
and Val is there to transfer a thing to a thing.
If y'all
I'm
are
down
just
to-
transferring an enchantment, it doesn't necessarily have to be at a forge.
Oh,
You
well
just
then,
essentially need a quiet space and the components that you'll need.
I mean, Corian's laboratory would be.
yeah,
Probably
matter of
Just about
fact.
perfect. And if you want to actually raid his supply stores, it would cut the cost of the material components in half.
100% yes.
did he give permission for that?
Nope.
He gave
He
permission.
did. I had access to
He
my
has
laboratory,
access to that lab.
and we would talk about
You.
a favor layer. Yeah. Meaning, y'all take his stuff. I owe him a favor.
Who do you
They're
not
like, sure.
owe something to at this point?
Most people.
We can change that.
Yeah, that can be fixed.
All right. So anyway, yeah, the dwarves are working on some armor.
Okay.
So how does this go for me?
Go ahead, and for each day, we'll have you make a check with your smithing tools. So it'll be a strength check. You'll add your proficiency bonus to it, and because you have paid for assistance, it'll go faster, and you'll have advantage on your checks.
That's good to know.
Here's
All
the thing: over the 4 days, you have to have at least 3 successes. If you have 2 failures, then the attempt is botched, and you have to start over from the beginning and pay
From the beginning.
Mm-hmm. You'll have to,
Well, that's
melt down
doo-doo.
all of the work and try to get the impurities out.
Is there a
Of
point at which it
the-
fails and he loses the material?
If it fails a second time,
I'm gonna
Oh,
then
okay.
yes.
I'm gonna be grumpy.
So you've got yourself well set up for success.
I mean, the first roll was a 19 plus a 9.
Plus strength
So-
plus proficiency, 28. 28 is definitely a success. The first
We
day
did
goes
it!
smoothly. You've got the pattern figured out, and you've started melting down and forming the ingots into the sizes that they're going to need
Yeah.
to be. It's very rough. You've only really started flattening one out and getting the general shape of one piece of the plate mail, but you have made a very good progress for day 1.
Hey,
The rest of this
you're good at what you're doing.
Thank you, sir. I've only spent the last 20 years or so starting to learn the basics of the craft.
Oh, that's a good start. I can tell. Been doing this. How old is he?
Who,
Lauren?
Lauren or the kid?
No, the kid. I know how
Lauren
old
doesn't
my
know
dwarf
how old he
is.
is.
I'm
How old is
asking
my
how
character?
old your dwarf is.
He's probably 50, 55. So
I mean,
adult, but young adult.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 121. I've been doing this for a while now. You got a good start. This is good.
Well, thank you very much. We'll meet back here at the same time tomorrow, or you want
Aye.
an earlier start?
As
Keep
soon
in
as we can
mind,
get
it was early afternoon.
Yeah.
Y'all got here.
If we can get it started a little earlier, that would be good. I've got to get it. I have the lot that I was traveling with. Did he see them?
Mm-mm.
Either way, the lot I'm traveling with right now, we've got to leave here in about 4 days. So if I can get it done as quickly as possible, that would be good.
All right. What time do you want me here in the morning? I can be here just after dawn.
All right, then we'll do that.
Very well. See you in the morning, Master Dorian.
Aye, good. See you in the morning, Ranulf. Garrett forgot his name, but Doran would not have because he's not an idiot. Because he has a magic hat.
Garrett.
Doran, go ahead and make me a charisma check for the day.
Okay. I'm not good at that.
If you're going to be trying to win this kid over, let's see how charismatic
No, well, I mean,
you
I'm
are.
trying to be polite.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I don't think I succeeded. That is a 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
Plays for the narrative. You got to build it.
Yeah, right.
All right. And what are the rest of you fine folks doing?
Going shopping for potions.
All right. What sort of
Transferring
potions are you
the
looking for?
Get magic Kool-Aid.
Yeah, mainly healing potions.
Healing potions. Okay.
I'm excited. I get new armor that I get to make.
Roll an
I'll go back
investigation
to-
check for me, Solyex.
Well, I'll just go back to the Valiant Vault that we've been to before.
Mm-hmm. You're still gonna roll an investigation for me just to get what the number is, and we'll see this will help impact how many are actually available.
15.
15? Okay. So you head into the Valiant Vault and you talk to Tahira, and she's got, a fair handful of the common healing potions and 2 of the greater healing potions. And she says, if you're willing to pay for it, I am almost finished brewing a superior.
What's the price for the lot?
For everything?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on, math this.
Who's Mathis?
Huh.
General
That's not a
Mathis.
bad name. I'm gonna have to remember that.
General Mathis.
Yes.
Where's
Mad Dog
my-
Mathis. For you, it's out there, you know who he is.
Yeah, he came and spoke at our campus.
Dude, really?
Yeah, by our ROTC, but he got to shake his hand. He was like, freaking
Dude.
out.
Oh, I would love to meet the Mad Dog.
I had to turn my fan on. Doot, doot, doodly doot, 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 doodly doot.
Okay.
What are we waiting on?
My math. So that
Oh.
will be
Numbers.
6 common for 300 gold pieces, 2 greater for 300, and 1 superior for 450, which is 1,050 gold pieces.
What did you say that for the lot I pay you just 1,000 gold straight up?
Make a persuasion check.
Not great. 14.
14. With the business that you've brought me before, I'll take 1,000. She puts her hand out for you to shake.
Then here you go. I will shake her hand with my stone hand, because my right hand is still made out of stone.
It is.
And then, so I'll buy all of those for 1,000 gold. So it was 6, 2, and 1, right?
6, 2, and 1.
Perfect.
I've totally forgot you were Hellboy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, so that's the first day for Solyex. What are the rest of y'all? Are y'all started on the transferring the enchantment?
Yes.
How many days would that take, Lauren?
With both of y'all working on it, it'd take probably about 3 days.
No.
Where'd my cheat sheet prices go?
Go secure lodging for us.
After I buy these, I'll go with you.
I'm gonna go find the temple while you're doing that, and then
Okay. Then we'll meet up and get us some housing.
Mhm.
Alright. For the
We'll probably.
material components to transfer the enchantment. It'll be about a third of the cost of the armor itself.
Which,
What are you transferring it to?
It would be a studded leather.
yeah.
Okay, studded leather, of cold
Magical
resistance. Right, cold resistance.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is going to be. Okay, about 6,000. So a third of that is going to be about 2,000 gold worth of materials to transfer the enchantment.
All right. And what can we raid from?
And
So
that's
you
half.
can raid from Master Corian, so you can cut that in half. So 1,000 gold
Okay.
to get the rest of the.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay.
You're gonna lose your internship at this rate.
You're gonna lose your friend's internship.
So y'all get started on that. Go ahead and either each of y'all can make me an Arcana check, or one of y'all can make it at advantage.
Do you have a preference? I'm good at Arcana. I think you're good at Arcana too, aren't you?
I'm very good at Arcana.
Awesome. You
So-
take your pick.
Because Val would be the one who's doing it across the board, so it's either he gets advantage or we both do Arcana.
Right, because Val is the one with the access to the spell.
Oh,
So,
yeah, I
yes.
forgot about that part.
Okay.
Let's both roll. Because you got
Okay.
it better than I do.
By your powers
Oh.
combined.
That's a terrible roll.
I am
Imagine.
Captain Planet. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, plus things. 7. That's not bad.
What level spell is protection from energy?
Oh, that's right. I meant to ask you. Okay, so it's a 3rd level,
Okay.
but would it boost anything if I upped it to 5th?
No, but it would make it more difficult.
I was going to
to
say it would increase the
accomplish.
DC, right?
Yeah. Okay. If it's not gonna give a bonus, it's not worth the risk.
No.
So yeah, we'll just do 3rd. Sorry, I tried.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. I appreciate it.
Okay, so same thing. For the 3 days, you'll need to average out or approximately have essentially 3 successes before you get 2 failures.
Okay.
So what was the what were the numbers?
25 on mine.
Okay,
17.
that is fine. This day is a success. Y'all have gotten a good start on it. You get to the point where you can stabilize the energy long enough to leave it overnight and have a workable foundation to build off of for the next morning.
Awesome.
Cool.
Woo!
Halberd, what are you doing?
I want to go find the Temple of LaRue.
Okay.
Big deal stuff.
Make an investigation check.
$15.
15. All right. So you start going through Grimhold. You start trying, especially in the district where most of the wordsmiths and the religious areas work. You're not finding a particular temple on any of the main roads to LaRue herself. There's a small shrine, it looks like, in the garden that is consecrated to the Wild Mother. That might be reminiscent of, it has some elements that remind you of LaRue, but nothing that is specifically dedicated to her.
I'd like to ask somebody going about their way if they might know of any temple to LaRue in the area outskirts. LaRue. I also really like the name, like LaRue Tactical. Yeah, so like, much respect.
All right, so
Thank
who
you,
are
company.
you asking? Just a random person off the street? Are you asking one of the sort of caretakers here of the garden?
Of the garden, someone who might know, especially if there is a shrine that appears to correlate. There might be some sort of understanding.
Okay. So you approach an older human man, currently in the process of weeding in the garden. What do you ask him?
I'll ask him, because who is this? This is I'm in a garden. Is this like a multiple site religious garden, kind of like at our keep, the lair where you had multiple deities protecting a shrine, with a shrine? Or is it just this is one deity's area? Because that would really determine, if this were just one deity's area, I would not go asking for another deity in that place. That wouldn't really seem respectful.
Okay. There are a number of small shrines that aren't specifically dedicated to any particular deity, although they all have sort of their own flavor. The one that you find that reminds you of LaRue is one of those in this area. The overall garden itself seems to be a bastion consecrated to Melora, which is the Wild Mother here. Although there are, like I said, other small shrines scattered throughout of other less civilized, more chaotic deities. The ones who are less to do with civilization and law and order and more to do with chaos and nature and sort of unbridled wild energy.
Yeah.
Party energy.
Right. I think I'd ask if there was
The Tower of Crunk.
two LaRue around, if the gentleman knew. With all the little shrines in the area, I was curious.
He gets off of his knees where he was weeding on the ground. He's like, LaRue's not one I'm familiar with.
I love it so much.
There are many unknown deities who have shrines here. We serve all those who disdain the spread of civilization. I care for the wild things here, as many others do.
This is where the wild things are?
Beat me to it!
Well, I certainly appreciate your care for that which is natural, and that which stands opposed to the encroachment of a steel and concrete jungle.
You understand.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But then maybe I'll have to continue my search elsewhere. But I thank you for your time, and you're doing an excellent job maintaining a beautiful haven for the Wild Mother.
Oh, thank you. No, I don't deserve the praise. I merely steward what she causes to grow. But if the one you're looking for truly is of the wild things, of nature and the forest, and against the spread of civilization, as you say, you may try just beyond the walls, towards the mountains. There are those who maintain a sanctuary there. You may find what you seek within their walls.
Maybe I'll
I love this person.
I know. Good sir. How far away is this place?
Less than a day. Truly, and he points just a shaky finger to the northeast, towards the Palisade Mountains, but not terribly far away.
What was your name, sir?
You can call me. I'm pulling up here.
Mathis.
Juden. Call me Juden.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry. All right. Well, thank you very much, Juden. I really appreciate your time and your help, and I might go explore that area tomorrow. I think the day is kind of coming to an end, so it's best I find my friends in a place to lodge.
By all means. And if they care to camp under the Wild Mother's eyes, this place is open for those who do respect her.
I might visit here in a little bit. So, on our travels, having heard as I'm leaving, I recall that Casator tried a nice little trick with a tattoo artist on my friend. Was that in this town?
That was in this town?
That was totally in this town.
Llewellyn is the tattoo artist.
Llewellyn.
Who had her shop not terribly far away from where you're at, actually.
And I'm gonna go swing in there real fast.
I'm actually going to go join you. I need to get my next tattoo in commemoration for the Zealous adventure.
Okay. So after shopping for the potions, that's where you're heading, Solyax?
Yep.
Okay, so you probably meet Halberd there. It's getting a little later in the evening. We'll say it's probably about 8 o'clock. Shops are starting to close down. Blue Errands is not. She works a little bit later. So you go ahead and you walk in. She's like, Solyax, you get there just a little bit before Halberd, I think. And Llewellyn greets you. Oh, honey, so good to see you again.
You guys went around for me. Yes.
You say, did y'all forget about Llewellyn?
I was not prepared for what I just got hit with.
I can't.
Llewellyn, I am hoping that you can give me another piece of work.
Oh, great.
Oh, honey, would be my pleasure. Anytime. Exactly what are you wanting?
Recently
Think of that.
I
It's the
led
nanny.
acquire an edition.
That was the show.
Wonderful work on this commemorative vampire skull. Now I'm looking to see if you can do another piece just below it. I was looking for more of a dragon type head, but if you could have glowing orange eyes.
Orange dragon, honey. You sure that you want orange?
Yes, make it more of the a dragon skull, if you wouldn't mind.
A skull. Oh, I can do a skull. Is there a particular type of anatomy you're wanting? You know, looking more for the chromatic red dragon, very
Right.
broad features, very masculine, get all the girls.
Grass.
Or if you're wanting more of like the black dragon with the horns and very
Grass.
It's like 4 different accents mooshed together in a pudding.
What exactly are you wanting?
Grass.
Brass.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. This is certainly something I can do. I can do it for sure. Now, is this something you wanting super fast? Is this something you want to start now? I can get the art started now, and we can work on the ink tomorrow.
Well, I'm curious. You had mentioned before something about magic tattoos, something other that you can do.
Oh, absolutely, honey.
For something of that we had described, is there a magical essence you could put on that?
It depends on the effect you're wanting. We can do something small effect for something like that. Yeah. What sort of magic you wanting?
Open market. I'm not sure. I remember that you could do it, and I'm curious about what that might entail.
I have to find my notes on my magical tattoos, and I'm so excited for this.
As you
It's
say
not
that,
even
I
in
walk
this
in.
binder. Where's my folder?
It's like vaguely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find the PDF
like-
for it.
What's her name? Fran from The Nanny.
Fran Drescher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of that, a little bit of like Asian. It's a little bit like almost. It had hints of like Transylvania for a second. This accent is so good. I love it. It's. Do this more.
I am so excited y'all like it. I'm having
So-
fun.
While he's talking, can I walk in as he's asking about?
Yeah,
the,
absolutely. You walk in very shortly after he does, so you're here for the majority of that conversation.
Put my hand on his shoulder. Would it be possible to make it scream no anytime someone says something that Bahamut doesn't like?
I mean, technically it's a
No.
very simple spell, but no, we would not do that.
Right, exactly.
I think it would be good for your job, though.
Albert
Yes.
Is
you're being facetious.
Slightly. Only slightly.
Excellent. This is my friend and traveling companion, Halberd. He comes off as a jerk, he kind of is, but he's alright.
No. I don't come off as a jerk and kind of is. I come off a jerk because I completely am, but I'm aware of it at least.
He's a self-aware jerk.
That's all we could ever hope for.
I mean, you're not wrong.
She got some customers today, huh?
I don't realize it.
Okay, here's.
So you're in the business of magical tattoos, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, tattoos of any kind, really. Are you looking for something, Connie? You look like you could really use something. Maybe a shoulder piece and up onto the neck. You know, very, very dashing. Very
Well, for
dashing.
one, I appreciate the kindness, but I'm not your honey, so I'd appreciate it if you don't say it again.
Like I said, he's
Second-
kind of a jerk.
I'm honest.
Making friends everywhere.
Second, it's not for me. I'm actually rather curious. It's for something I take care of and protect, and it protects me.
Can you tattoo a cat? Not an image of a cat, but actually
That's where we're going with this.
put a
Okay.
tattoo on a cat.
you need a tattoo artist.
Oh God.
Oh wow!
Oh my god.
I'm
oh
so
my god.
proud of you.
Oh,
proud of you.
wow.
Oh my god.
Also, if you could,
I'm slightly ashamed.
this
but
one is
proud.
not. This one is not.
Don't listen to them.
Could you like put a tattoo on my friend that tingles every time he looks at said cat?
Ignore him.
No,
But
I
the-
really want to know.
That was what he was looking for, was
I'm
a tattoo
curious.
for his cat.
Imagine.
The tricky thing about tattooing animals, see, we've tried before, and it's possible. It's certainly something I can do, but it hurts. Getting a tattoo is a little painful. I don't know if you know that. Animals don't really sit still for that sort of thing. So we can sedate them if this is something that you'll truly
Feign death.
absolutely. But I don't actually recommend it.
There's ways around that. I just want to know if you'd be able to do it. I'd like you to be able to do, possibly.
Make a persuasion check.
Should be good.
She doesn't even know what it is yet.
When he said cat, she's probably thinking cat.
13? 13?
Actually going to contest this with her stats. That's an 8. You know, for the right price, I think this is something that I could do for sure. I mean,
If it didn't move at all.
if it was entirely sedated, maybe having some sort of, I don't know, restraint. We could make it work. We could make it work.
It won't be physical restraints, but yes. We have, yeah. It'll be either asleep or we're basically dead.
That sounds so terrible.
Just brings in a dead cat. Like,
Excuse me, so this is kind
But we
of-
could get its eyes open if you want them.
I think I might need a little bit more information. Oh my
I'm really
Oh,
curious
goodness,
if you'd
this
be able
is-
to put on a tattoo that would protect and prevent this creature from aging due to magical means.
Well, that is awfully specific. I mean,
Yes, it is. Because it's happened a couple times and I don't like it.
this is not something I've ever happened to do before. I can take a look and see what sort of things I might be able to adapt. Tell you what, let me talk to your friend here about the ink that he wants. When he comes back tomorrow to get it started, I will have an answer for you about what I can do for your cat. Is that fair?
It's a big cat. I just want you to be aware.
Okay. Big
Okay.
cat.
As long as that's not a problem.
I mean, this one lady, she had this massive cat. Oh my goodness, it kept running away. So she ended up getting it fixed and then having just a little thing down there to mark it as her property, so that it when it did go wandering, I mean, she was not getting hit with any more of those requests for monetary compensation, if you know what I mean. And then when it was found, it was returned to her, and everything worked out all right.
This cat's more of like a slightly larger panther.
Oh,
Super friendly though.
Yes.
I mean, that is a really big cat.
Heavily sedated for your convenience.
We can. Wow, that's a really big cat.
I will almost promise you there's no tattoo artist in this town, maybe even this entire country.
I'd argue anywhere.
Alright.
But
I tell you what, for the right price, for a completely 100% sedated cat, panther thing, we can. I will check and see if it is in fact within my capability, which I'm pretty sure it is. We can make something work. Don't worry. But yeah, no, we'll get it done. We will make it work. This will be good to go. You wanted a custom design, right? You were talking about the brass dragon skull with the orangey eyes. What sort of design are you thinking for your cat, sir?
I'm gonna pull out the charm and the details that LaRue put around the charm. Use that as the tattoo sign.
Okay, certainly we can go ahead and make that work. Yeah, definitely a beautiful design. I definitely approve. We don't normally copy a particular piece of art from somewhere else, but we can do this for you for your cat, sir. Absolutely. All right. So for the tattoos,
Still think.
I did not expect this to be where this goes today.
Right?
D&D, where
Fascinating.
you can tattoo your pet displacer
killed
beast.
again due to magical aging.
And what are the odds it's going to happen a third time? Wait a minute.
well, that's pretty good.
I wouldn't bet against those odds.
Kill my character. That's fine. Nightbane, though? Man.
She killed my cat.
Okay.
Killed Nightbane. For it to happen in a Temple of LaRue. But this is my
But here we are.
This is my backup plan.
Here we are.
With all the undead crap that we're getting into.
Yeah, magical armors and things are a good idea.
What are the odds?
Which
Killed by magically aging out of existence. Oh, pretty terrible. This is a nice, painless, funny and slightly annoying little spell that wrecked one of my player's characters and my player. It's okay.
It's not a spell, it's an ability. And yes, we
Very
can
important
go
distinction.
ahead.
My bad.
We'll take we'll adapt a tattoo of warding and specifically detail it for that anti-aging effect. So that will go ahead and cost you
Arm and leg.
Mm-hmm.
Just about 1,500 gold pieces
All right, he's got
plus the
6.
cost of ink, and it is going to take. It'll be a relatively large tattoo, and that'll take. Roll me 3d6 for me.
9.
So it'll take 15 hours overall to apply. Now you can sedate Nightbane and have it done all at once, or you can split that up over a period of days.
If I happen to have one vial of like summoning ink, could I get that used and be able to call Nightbane in case like he ever flies somewhere else?
I think y'all are out of that because you had 3 uses total. You used 1 for Audir, 1 for Korra, and 1 for the Beholder.
Yep, I did. My bad.
Okay.
There's a little side note over there.
You do have choices.
I mean, it's
for
a good
ink.
idea.
You can get.
Thank you.
So, Lauren, that
So
would cost
there's-
1,500 gold for Nightbane?
Say what?
That would cost 1,500 gold for Nightbane?
1,500 plus the cost of ink. You can have just standard ink. Black, blue, brown, white, whatever. Or you can have other ink that you can use. And if you want a specialty ink, you could use mood ink, which changes color depending on the subject's mood. Metallic or gemstone ink, which when the tattoo is completely healed, make it appear as though you have metal under the skin or gemstones inset into the skin. You can have glow in the dark ink or what's this? Protection ink, which is cool because it glows faintly when it's within 100 feet of a type of creature. So like with if you get to be within 100 feet of another displacer beast or a blink dog, like you can set it to a specific creature that you want to be alarmed about.
But it'll also be under thick fur, so...
It would be under thick fur once the fur grows back over it, unless you just want to shave Nightbane. Always an option.
There are more bad jokes
So
there
yes,
that I
these are
will
the
refrain
same
from.
options that
Poodle
you
cut.
could have for yours.
I'm just going to do what I had before, the sort of a normal-ish black tattoo, but just have the, colored orange eyes.
That's
Yes.
something bright color orange, mate.
Nothing fancy.
Right. Did you want a magical effect on that?
I was going to see, what was available for that small of a piece.
I have
Plus 1
options.
swag points.
Okay. So you can get I have a whole page here. I should probably just I have 2 whole pages. 1 3/4 pages. I should probably actually just send you the link.
Yeah, send me the link and I'll read through that while you go through everybody else.
Yeah, I am going to actually just go ahead and copy and paste this into the chat. So if
This is the
anybody
first
wants a
day.
tattoo, you can look at this. And
Okay.
this is not exactly what I'm going off of. I am adapting it a little bit, but you'll get the general idea of the sort of effects that you can accomplish. So there you go. Night falls. Dusk of the first day. 3 days remaining.
And
Sorry. Yes. Kazator, what are you working on?
I just wanted to send, use the notebook of telescription from Rai and just write to Study and ask him how his information collecting is going on Vondera and if he has any information for me.
Okay. Good deal. I am glad that is finally coming into play. This is exciting.
Me too.
We're doing all the magical things today.
Yep.
Woo, getting stuff done. Yay. All right. So you sent that off. You don't get any immediate reply, but we'll see if that comes back over the next couple of days.
Okay. And then I wanted to go to just the magic shop as well. And just, I only have 1 use of legend lore left, so I need to go. I guess it wouldn't have to be the magic store, but probably would be the easiest. I need 250 gold piece of incense.
easily done. Not hard to find. You can go ahead and get that.
Okay. We'll call that the first day.
Okay. Night falls. Y'all are sleeping somewhere.
Yes. Well, he's finishing off his.
Song and Story is where we stayed before. That's where the turkey leg and ale is at.
Yeah.
Your massive
Off
turkey
his
legs.
tattoo stuff. I'll go arrange accommodations.
Okay. So are you heading back to the Song and Story?
Yeah, I figure we'll secure rooms there.
Okay. Good deal. Not hard at all. They do have a number of vacancies. It seems that with a fair number of people heading up to, like, leaving town to head up north, there is a pretty good.
That's where those beefy goblins are.
It's almost as
So that is going to be 1 gold piece per person per day.
1 silver.
And that does come 1 gold, and that does come with breakfast provided in the morning.
Cool. I'll take care of the next, I guess, today and tomorrow for sure, and then tell them that we might be extending our stay after that.
Okay. So that's going to be 12 gold pieces. And y'all have nightly accommodations and a free breakfast.
Cool.
And
Heyo.
also have them bring us supper as well. I'm
So-
guessing they've got a great hall. We can actually sit together.
Mhm.
See if Rye actually drinks anything.
Was there anything else y'all wanted to do?
Get Rye
As
drunk
y'all-
and find out what's up with the house.
Okay. So y'all are gathering in the evening. Let's go ahead and let's do this.
Oh my sweet teeth!
Roll for drinking
You have
initiative?
gathered for dinner. Everybody's back at the Song and Story. Dinner was quite tasty. Turkey legs. There was a fried potato dish that was brought along with it. Ale, cider is provided with the price of the meal, and more hard liquors are available for request. What are y'all doing?
You strike me as someone who would appreciate a nice. I don't know. I think I could see you with all your knowledge either appreciating just maybe straight up a nice brewed beer, an ale, or distilled liquor. But I'd also say you're being good with mixes. What's your poison of choice?
Well, there's this absolutely wonderful drink. It's similar to coffee, if you've had coffee before, but it's a giant drink, so it's a little bit more bitter and acidic. I have to take it with a little bit of cream. That's probably, if I could pick anything, I would pick that. But I don't see them having that in this accommodation.
I don't actually know what that drink's called.
Roll for beverage.
Yeah.
She needs some Baileys.
I mean, we might be able to ask them to bring a nice.
No, it's a morning drink, darling.
Yes.
You drink it in the morning to wake up.
Yes, I understand that. And I think that you could definitely probably have that at night as well. Sounds a lot like a dark, rich pint that I'm used to.
Oh, no, it's not alcoholic. No, if we're doing alcoholic, well,
That's what I was asking.
normally do alcohol. Tea, maybe, but I guess I would go for a nice mulled wine. It's been a rough day.
Mulled spiced wine.
Yes.
I'll get everybody's order and drinks are on me tonight.
So, the drinks is going to be, are y'all wanting standard ale, or are y'all wanting something a little more exotic?
She wants her nice mulled wine in a giant glass.
Actually, I still have my bottles of good rum.
You do.
I'll probably have some of that.
Oh, heaven help me.
That good rum.
Yeah, no, that's how it's written in the notes, my dude.
Okay, so for a nice spiced wine, especially
It's
warmed
that
up,
good.
very, very aromatic, very pleasant, and a round of ale for anybody else who wants it. Doran's got his own rum. Anything else? We'll call it 8 silver pieces.
Cool, 8 silver pieces. I want
first round.
actually more of like a nice, I don't know, not really alcoholic brew. I'm more in this for being awake and relaxing. So nice big cup of tea for myself as well.
Yeah, sure. Not
Mhm.
hard. We'll go
Yeah,
ahead.
get the rest of us drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any way I can get Sullix or Doran drunk.
Well, I follow the poison, so no.
I've been drunk before. That's not happening. I just want to get Rye happy enough to actually not be like, oh, yes, darling. I don't know what you're talking about with us, darling. He's just, I don't know why you elves are all alike. Y'all are just so, uptight and pretentious.
I feel like the drunker.
Is that Jonathan or Halbard's impression?
Yeah.
Okay, so
So we
things
drinking.
roll around very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Not nearly enough to get anybody drunk.
No. But I'm going to ask and take the moment because she might not like this. But, or the flavor of the alcohol, but I just want to be upfront and honest while she's cognitive. I'm curious about you.
Sounding creepier and creepier the more you talk.
Right.
I know, right? Hey, I'm not having a problem. Rye, I'm curious about your friend who just kind of like disappeared. Or you disappeared with him?
Yes, darling.
Yeah, Oust?
Yes.
Yes. How long have y'all known each other?
Oh, quite a while. I've known him for probably the majority of my life.
Lads, the interrogation begins.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just concerned for you. He looked rather pissed off.
Nothing I can't handle.
Or does he always look that way?
He's got a bit of a personality, but he was in a particular mood.
Elves in their dumb moods, wouldn't you say?
I wouldn't, but you did.
I did. Are things all right?
Don't be self-deprecating, lad. We like you that much.
Y'all do.
Oh, yes.
I don't think he does, though.
Hmm?
I don't think he does, though.
He does what?
Not really like me.
He doesn't really like anybody, so I don't know if that's really a fair narrowing to make.
Or I dislike him. Are you in some sort of trouble?
No, not at all. He's
Do I believe?
overly protective.
Can I insight check that?
Well,
You're mute. Hey, your channel's muted. There you go.
Hi.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, awesome.
I mean, fair being fair, it was a rough couple of days.
Yeah, go ahead, insight, and then contest that.
I suppose he's somehow magical and knows what we've been up to.
What did you get?
18.
Yeah, you beat mine. It was 13.
Bloody everyone's magical around anymore, anyway.
So, honesty, body language behind that,
She's being honest.
it's a good thing.
That's the best policy.
I mean, it's definitely one of those, like, she's not getting into details, but she's not lying.
No, I know. Is there some sort of contention you running with us, Rye?
Contention.
Yeah, I know you come from the library. I know that we were told that we have a Sanctum sending someone our way to aid us. Let's be honest, right off the bat, a lot of really weird stuff happened. And I'm not sure how used to that it is with the Sanctum, your Sanctum. We're normally insane. You strike me as less insane.
Thank you, darling. I like to think so.
Mm-hmm. Not entirely sane, though. I know that.
I thought I was just a wee bit less intelligent.
I don't know. Is there some sort of contention? I just want to make sure that you being with us and running in our circles isn't causing a problem with what you're used to, and see that that's all right. Because I don't know, some dude shows up. I think you mentioned Oust before in our conversations back when we first met. And an old boy with the pointy ears looked super duper ticked. And you sure as heck didn't look super duper comfortable either.
I was not uncomfortable, but I have known him for a while, so I know his moods, and that is not one where he does well having an audience. So it wasn't necessarily discomfort with him in particular. I was quite comfortable with him. I'm quite comfortable with him. But no, he does not take well to an audience, so
I can hear that. I don't know. I just get this nagging feeling that something's off. And I'm just rather curious if we'd be able to help you out, or if you're wanting one of those situations of mind your own business, Albert, and shut up, or what?
12 hours ago, maybe longer than that now, you had a very pointed conversation with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say Oust is not above a similar pointed conversation with others. So, no, there is nothing wrong or the matter. There's just a depth of relationship that has led to certain contentions, as you call it.
Contentions. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. But no, I don't know. It's a heavy thing seeing someone go down. It's not something I'd really like to have happen again with you.
I would rather not have it happen either.
Yeah. It seemed like that was a bloody good day for a lot of stuff. I don't know. It just sat wrong with me.
He doesn't sit well with many people, but he's an acquired taste, as I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah, I look at the mirror. That's all right.
What? It was funny.
I'm
What are you judging me for?
not judging you. I think your good rum's pretty good.
Hey.
All right, man. Well, I won't push, I won't pry, but
I don't believe that at all, but whatever you say, if you're done.
no, I'm not done yet. But I did want to make sure you were okay,
I'm not
especially if we're
done
going all these different ways. Make sure there wasn't a problem.
I appreciate that reference.
No.
The feeling he didn't really care too much for one of us. I got the feeling that was me. That's okay.
He seems, for some reason, to have some familiarity. I'm not entirely sure where it comes from. He wasn't interested in disclosing.
That's all right. How old is the young man, if you don't mind me asking?
What is the curiosity in that?
If he has some sort of knowledge of me, I'd be curious if I might have some sort of knowledge of him.
He's not that old. He's probably about 3 years older than I.
Curious. Very curious.
Curious.
I would very much like to talk with him sometime.
Yes, he's the one actually that I got the armor from, so.
Because I very much would like to talk to this one.
No, that's not happening. But Joe.
Maybe. There's a lot of things that I think we would have definitely said that's not happening in the past 12 to 24 hours that have definitely happened.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
I'm sure you don't. I am sure you don't. But since you're safe and everything is well and Alce doesn't like me and I'm not sure what I think of him, but there is no problem and you are safe, I think that makes me rest easier. Definitely rest easier.
I have no mind about him. He, like I said, does not take well to many people. He has, even with the library, and he's been there for quite a while. He has maybe 5 people that he actually likes, so I wouldn't take it too seriously.
No, but it is curious. He's the one who comes in with this armor with runes that belong to a forgotten people.
I know, it's very fascinating, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's so fascinating. Absolutely. Absolutely, and slightly odd, but... The library. That'll be interesting. I'd like to know more. I'd very much like to know more.
Like what, darling?
If there are things that maybe I don't know.
That's a very broad question.
It is. I'm thinking more specifically about a time and a place and a land that ended and a people that ended. But I don't know. I'm just rather curious how he can have access to things like that. and I'm not entirely sure where that access would come from. So I'm very curious, inquisitive too. I don't know what else to ask though. I'm really stumped. This is something that
You're only having tea.
I'm only having tea. I might need to upgrade to something stronger.
I pour a shot into his.
I appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate you, my friend. Since you die, I've lost Nightbane. I've had relics from the past, and now a god who knows me show up in the past 24 hours. Most intriguing. I think getting off this world sounds kind of nice to me. I'll order another round for everybody.
Silver pieces.
No need for me. I'm still working on mine.
No, we'll cut it down to 5 silver pieces. Okay. Anything else for tonight?
Nope.
Methinks we're good.
All right. We are going to go ahead and speed through the next 3 days. So y'all are working on your enchanting. Y'all are working on your armoring, or Doran and Ranalock are.
Yes.
We'll go ahead and have y'all make those checks for me. So Doran's making his with his smith's tools, strength with proficiency, at advantage with Ranalock's help. Go ahead and roll y'all's enchanting also.
Want me to make 3 beard checks?
Go ahead and make your 3 beard checks.
Oh, please, I want it.
That's a 1. That's a 34.
Oh!
And that's a 13.
I do believe those are all fails.
Are they fails or successes? Low or
No,
high?
I believe your last one was a 90-something, and we called that a success.
I don't remember.
Highs are success, and lows are fails.
Well,
And
unfortunately.
we'll just keep that in mind for moving forward.
Okay.
So you wake up each morning, hopefully looking at the little mustache that has sprouted. You think it might be a little longer, maybe a little bit, a hair longer, but not seeing any significant
Hair
growth.
longer.
Those are great rolls.
Yeah, right.
Right. Level 1.
All right, Doran, we'll start with you. Smithing checks are
I just rolled the 1 check. Am I supposed
one
to
for
do
each of the
multiple
days.
checks?
So what's the first one?
Oh, so we're just knocking them out? Okay, well, the first roll was a
That
17
is
plus
a
the
success.
9,
You are
so
good to go there.
26, I think. Second roll, third day. Hey, another 17. Booyah. 3 successes,
That's another
right?
success. Yep.
Last day, not as good. The last day is a 12 plus 9.
21. That is still a success. So over the course of these 4 days with Ranalock's help, and he is proving himself to be a very able and capable helper. Almost to the point on the 4th day where he's learned your rhythms and how you like to move, and has prepared to hand you tools almost before you even need them. And as y'all are getting it figured out, this mithril armor is taking shape, and it is lovely. It is just absolutely beautiful. The quality of work is excellent. It is pristine, very clean lined, and just gorgeous armor by the end of the 4th day.
Since it's plate, I think I want it to generally resemble the previous one, but I think this time around I'm going to throw a helmet on it.
Ooh.
Because Doran didn't have a helmet before, and this ruins things because the mini is different. But when I go to make a costume, I want to make a helmet, so.
That is okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. With the clean lines and the elegance, you've
nerd.
managed to preserve enough of the mithril material to add a beautiful helmet also. Enough to cover the head, and a little T-visor in the front to be able to keep your vision clear and still protect the face.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you for T-visors.
You're welcome.
T-visors are good. I don't care what anyone says.
Historically accurate.
Historical, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Great peripheral vision.
Indeed, yes. Can confirm. Mithril suit.
Yes.
All right.
Enchanting.
This is what we've been wanting.
Yes.
Lad. Thank you very much. You were a great help.
Well,
Run along.
aren't too bad
You're
to
going
argue with
to-
yourself.
Oh, I appreciate your help. You're going to go far.
Well, thank you, Master Doddern. It truly was quite an honorable experience to work with you, and thank you.
You're very welcome. I shake his hand, and then I'll go off and find my friends.
Awesome. The
Mithril!
enchanting set. Go ahead and the Arcana checks for the transferring the enchantment.
I rolled dueling 19s for a
Nice.
26 on each.
Nice, nice, nice.
Oh, didn't roll my second one. Second one's 26.
Okay, and first one was
15.
okay. Good deal. Averages out to still be successes all 3 days. By the end of the day, the enchantment has successfully carried over. Master Quarian's laboratory, somewhat more depleted of supplies, but everything has ended successfully.
I'm going to leave a
Very nice.
note that says, sorry we raided your supplies. Case of Tor-
Ooh.
Maybe just. Aren't you supposed to be wise?
Make a
Case Tor's gonna
Are you
lose his
proficient with
internship.
forger's skills or forger's
job, I
skills. Okay, make a general dexterity check.
Hold
So
Where's
roll
my-
a d20 and add your dexterity.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
I forged his father's signature. He forges mine. It's all fair.
It happens.
So make a what? I'm sorry.
Dexterity check. D20 plus your dex.
Straight dex. That is a 22.
22. It is a very fair hand, very closely resembling Kazator's. You're very well pleased with the effort.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But
Wait for him to like magically figure out. You liar.
Right.
You get a sending message one day. Hey,
Mhm.
stop it.
Have you decided if you want any enchantment in your tattoo?
Yeah, so I'll go with the it's the mark of the anchor, so I cannot be moved against my will.
All right, mark.
Seems
of-
fitting for that. Seems fitting for the reason behind this tattoo.
Mhm.
I mean, it just seems fitting for celiacs in general.
It does. All right. So
I need to look at that list later.
will be on your arm with the tattoo that you're getting. Are you wanting any particular ink?
Just the normal, just regular ink.
Okay. That is going to be, we'll call it an even 1,000
Okay.
gold pieces for the tattoo. You go ahead and it takes roll a d6 for me.
I can't wait for Nightbane to get his tattoo.
5. All right. Takes 7 hours over the course of. You can get it all done at once, or you can get it broken up. That is up to you. Do you have a preference?
Nope.
If you get it all done at once, it's going to take most of the day, and so there'll only be a smaller period of time to get started on Nightbane's that day. And so Nightbane will have to roll over into the next day also, or you could split it up and.
It does not matter.
Okay. We'll go ahead and we'll say that for this second day, Llewellyn is working mostly on Celiax's, and Nightbane's is going to be on day 3 and 4, Halberd. For the 15 hours, she'll knock it out in 2 days.
I forgot about you.
Get your assistant.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. On day 4, I'll be able to help out.
Well, K-Store can also help out.
Yeah, that's what I said. On day 4, it'd be I could help out, but anything before that, I can't.
On day 2, can I head out to that area?
Celiax, you've got your fancy new tattoo with the mark of the anchor, so you will have advantage against. Let me make sure I'm telling you this correctly.
The advantage against things that attempt to move me.
Yep, or would knock you prone.
DM, how much time is left on day 4 when she gets done with Nightbane?
4 to 6 hours. depending on how she splits it up. She can make a long day on day 3 and do a 10-hour day, and only have 5 days on day 4, where she can have a whole like half of the day to be working on other on somebody else if somebody else wants a tattoo.
I was going to see about getting a wisdom bump.
Those are expensive.
Mm-hmm. It would wipe me out, but like literally wipe me out.
Do you have enough gold for that?
I think so.
Those are like 2 or 3 grand.
Yeah, I think I've got like 2,500.
All right, this is going to be a fairly significant tattoo. It's going to be larger. You could get it on your chest, or you could get it on your back. Do you have a preference?
Back.
Okay. And it is going to cost. Looking through here. 6,000 gold.
Oh.
Plus the price of ink.
Okay, that was a little bit higher than I thought. I thought I read something different. That's my bad. I've only got 2,500.
Yeah, no. This one is, because it's so large and it is a significant price, it is going to be that 6,000.
Okay.
Okay. You do, as you're discussing the tattoo and possible placements for it, and she's looking at your chest and at your back, she's like, "What? Oh, honey, wait just a moment. You have a tattoo on your back already." And it's very simple line work, but very elegant, very classy. I can see why you got it.
Val's immediately gonna start like doing the little turnaround thing.
What does this tattoo look
What?
like? Can I see?
This tattoo.
Yeah, Val's like showing everybody like what WTF.
Mhm. It's a very stylized, almost oversimplified, like an S curve with a line straight down through it, and then at the bottom of the S, where the line intersects that, there's a crescent moon shape.
That
looks good.
Did Val just get branded like without knowing it?
You got the magical
has never
tattoo
received
slaver's
a
mark.
tattoo before.
Yeah, no, Val has very specifically stayed away from tattoos for a reason.
Mm-hmm. As you look at it in the mirror, it does not, like, it resembles a tattoo superficially, but there's something about it that gives it an almost otherworldly feel. The very crisp line work, the energy to it, and there is an energy to it, something cold almost, but comforting.
Wait, is this
That
how I?
comes to mind.
This
Go
is
ahead.
how you die.
Val, you've heard of people on your home world that are born with marks like this, that are in very, very, generally very focused bloodlines. It's very protected in the family. You've heard of dragon marks that grant some abilities to particular family lines. You know that there are occasionally those who are born or those who receive marks similar to those. And these are a little bit more unpredictable.
Would based on Jay's lore knowledge, doesn't that not work on my people?
Or
Most
does
of
it?
the time it wouldn't. You get the sense that Sayanine has put a claim on you. The same sort of coldness that you can feel in your back now that it's been pointed out to you is almost reminiscent of the numbness, the frozen feeling, that power in your mind that has frozen your bond with Tana.
All right then.
So what this looks like, Jay, is Val has an aberrant dragon mark.
Oh God. Okay. So, fixing character sheet. Wait, is that how I got those 2 spells?
That's how you get the 2 spells.
Oh, righty then.
And I don't have to worry about the traveler right now?
Apparently not.
At least not with Val.
Right?
One down, one to prevent.
Jeez, okay. All right. I have fixed that on my character sheet.
Okay, good deal. So without the appropriate cost for the materials for the tattoo, you don't get one today. Yes, or do you want to scrounge together the 6,000?
Oh no, that's way heavy. That's like 3 times what I've got. So
Okay,
Much.
another
Yeah.
time then.
yeah, with everything everybody else has needed to get, we good.
Okay. Halberd, how are you wanting to handle Nightbane getting his tattoo?
Finger.
So that only lasts for a little while.
How long does it last?
Like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have. Second day, I would have gone out to that temple the gentleman talked about, towards the Palisades.
The sanctuary, yes.
Sanctuary, and seen what they had there. Because I felt like LaRue kind of placed a claim and just expressed her position over Nightbane. So I would have wanted to honor that, and I would have pursued that first. So if the temple had some means of doing that, of protecting Nightbane against not spells but personal abilities, I would have gone through that means first.
Okay.
I will say for Kazator, is it a ritual for you as well?
Yeah, I think so.
So we can cast it as rituals without expending spell slots for as long as we need to, just over and over.
Well, I mean, if K-Store and you are willing to help out with that,
I don't mind once I'm done with the enchanting.
you mind helping me out on day 3, K-Store?
Yeah.
Cool. That's how I would have done it. But as I said, I would have checked out the sanctuary and seen what was there with Nightbane.
You go to the sanctuary, and he talked about it being walls, and it's not quite what you had expected. There's no man-made stonework. There's just this beautiful path, and then there is forest, and it opens into a clearing, and there's a small tent almost structure where it's a permanent structure. It has been here for a while. You can see the trees growing around it and providing some of the support for it, but it is very well established. It grows with the landscape rather than using the landscape for its own design. You talk to one of the people there, and you find out that the sanctuary is a celebration of all of those deities, both greater and lesser, who are sort of patrons of nature and natural forces, including LaRue. And that this particular sanctuary harbors a number of creatures who, through one means or another, either naturally or artificially, have been granted a certain sapience, a certain intelligence, and are protected by the deities in this particular location. So you
Got Nightbane out while I'm walking, by the way.
And it's a very peaceful place. You hear the animals, you hear the wildlife that lives here, and it is the most peaceful you have felt in a very long time, except for that moment in your dreams with LaRue. And this place, this feeling of peace, is very reminiscent of that.
Nice. But there doesn't appear to be anyone who is present? Like
No, there are a couple of people who do live here.
like no priest or priestess though.
It's not particularly a temple, although there are those who come here to express their worship and appreciation. It's not a formalized temple situation.
Cool.
It might be the closest some of these deities ever get, but...
Then I'm going to just kind of walk with Nightbane and then just tell him, like, well, all right, I'm going to do my best to make sure that you're taken care of a little bit better now that we've got the ability and the resources. Make sure that maybe the things that happened in the past don't happen again. I can't protect you from everything, but I don't know, you didn't deserve to go like that. That wasn't right. And it wasn't natural. So maybe, just maybe, we can keep you stout, keep you safe here, and give you a little bit more time so that you don't have to worry about that type of shock again. And I don't have to worry about it either.
He rubs his head under your hand and just rubs his body along your leg.
So, yeah, just kind of walk him through that and then enjoy the time and guess, like, just brushing him off, I'd probably leave some of the fur at, like, a shrine of LaRue and then head on back.
Okay. You can definitely do that. So you guys are using ritually casting Feign Death to sort of subdue him for the tattoo?
I feel so bad about it, but yes.
Is he still conscious during Feign Death? Or is that like you're out?
I believe he's restrained and blinded, but not necessarily unaware of what's happening.
Yeah. Like I don't know if... Go ahead, John.
If he is actually aware, because I was under the impression like it was actually like out, but if it's just an illusion of being out, so you can't move, but you're completely aware and cognitive, I have those 2 vials of poison, the knockout poison that I got when I purchased poison last time I was with the Edge.
Mm-hmm.
And I would use those on Nightbane.
I bring it up because I remember when Quesator got the raccoon eyes, he was aware of it happening.
The target was incapacitated, it says.
Yeah, so he can't take actions or reactions, so he can't move. He's blinded.
But, because if
But I
he
think-
feels things, like needles...
He has resistance to all damage.
He does have resistance to the damage. So it
Well, I
would
think if
hurt
it's-
less.
I feel like if it's
But-
something that usually hurts but doesn't cause damage and he has resistance to it, it would be like uncomfortable but not painful, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
He is a big kitty with thick hide, I'm sure.
He moves fast. That's how he dodges most of the stuff.
True.
So it's there would be some, like, he wouldn't feel the full effect of the pain, almost as though it would be a little hazy. He'd still be aware that you're there, that something's happening to him, but you're with him, and he trusts you. So if you're there with him, he's not going to freak out.
Okay.
Just sitting there petting him the whole time. You good? You good? It's okay.
Basically.
All right. Is there anything else
Good boy.
Quesator in particular wants to accomplish? We're going to try and wrap this up pretty quick.
I was gonna wait to see if I got anything, back from study, and then I might, depending on what I hear back, I might use a spell slot of Legend Lore.
Okay. We'll say that on the 4th day, you do go ahead and get a message back. We will go ahead and we will start with that at the beginning of next session.
Nice.
So I will text with you a little bit to find out exactly what you're looking for.
Okay.
And we will start with that, and then with y'all's return to Whitebrand at the beginning of next week. Or next week.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Sweet.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for our shopping shenanigans on this particular adventure. Stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, wear a mask. If you can, stay home. Things are getting bad out there again. So take care of yourselves and take care of the people around you, please.
Don't die, choose life.
Exactly that. Don't die, choose life. So thank
And
you.
congratulations, Hagleford, for winning our giveaway!
Congratulations, Hagleford. Yay!
We will be
Airborne.
reaching out, so keep an eye on your Twitch.
Mhm.
Because that's our main way of communicating. You'll get a whisper from us. And woo!
Woo! Very exciting. Thank you so much
Baller.
for everybody who's following us. We really appreciate it. We could not do this without y'all. So thank you. Y'all have an excellent week, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.